And we welcome you to Scott Central for this first round playoff matchup here in the 2A ranks as Bay Springs comes into Scott County to take on the Scott Central Rebels, the Bulldogs and Rebels. As we welcome you inside the press box for a moment, we're all bundled up here. We're inside, but it's not much warmer. It's going to be a lot colder tonight than it was last week. Chris McDonald is here. Jeff Ead is roaming the sideline tonight. Logan Campbell is here, cozied in with us. Newman is up on top, running the camera tonight. We welcome you here to Scott Central as we get all set tonight. This is a first-round playoff matchup, Bay Springs and Scott Central. And this is a matchup, Chris, that we've been looking forward to for pretty much all week. Last Saturday, we had our friend Brandon Shields call us and say, I know what your game of the week needs to be. This is the game we picked, and we're glad to be here tonight.
Yes, we are. These are two teams that over the last, especially the last few years, have had a lot of success. Should be a great game tonight.
Yeah, it really should. And when you look at the field, we've talked about the field conditions here throughout the week. And for those of you that may be looking online right now, the field is a concern tonight. It was a concern last week at Hartfield Academy. The difference this week, we feel like this field might be in better condition, Chris, when you look at the field. This one may be a lot drier than the one at Hartfield. The difference is it's a lot colder tonight than it was last week.
Yeah, Jason, it's definitely a lot colder. But the field does seem to be, Hartfield was a very muddy field. It was very soft. I got a chance to walk on it before the game, and it was definitely soggy.
So when you look at this matchup, of course, this is our second straight appearance on location for a postseason game. Of course, the public school rank starting tonight. And this is a blockbuster matchup. You've got the Region 5 number 3 seed Bay Springs Bulldogs taking on the number 2 seed out of Region 6 Scott Central. And, of course, we're live here tonight. We told you about that. And second time in the postseason that these teams have met, only the 10th time ever. Both teams have the tools to make a run here in the postseason. This should be a fight to the finish here tonight.
Yeah, Jason, this is a great matchup for the first round. Typically one you'd see in the later rounds of the postseason. But we're starting out with it tonight right out of the gate into the 2A playoffs. You have a Bay Springs Bulldog team that's won 28 games in the last 3 seasons, but they've yet to claim that elusive state title. And Scott Central program that has won it all in the last 2 seasons, second time in school history, in Devin Cooper's second year. This is going to be a fun matchup tonight.
Going to be fun, and for the Bulldogs of Bay Springs, 9-2 coming into this game with Scott Central. They lost to Taylorsville and Enterprise Clark. They're a program that's been so close the last few seasons to claiming that first ever state championship for Coach Dan Brady. This would be a huge jolt to make that happen here on the road at Scott Central tonight in the first round.
Yeah, Jason, the Bulldogs have been close the last season. They got to the semifinals and lost to Taylorsville. A quarterfinal loss to Collins in 2017. Lost a state title game in 2016 to a very talented Calhoun City team.
They were very good that year.
And a semifinal loss to the now defunct Bassville program in 2015.
They were pretty good too.
won a few state titles there.
Yeah.
So any of that, so any of the last 4 seasons, Bay Springs could have easily won a state title or even multiple state titles, but just haven't been able to get over that hump. They do have a lot of weapons this year, but winning here at Scott Central is not going to be easy.
Not going to be an easy task at all. Scott Central, this is a program, we talked about them winning last season their first state championship since 1999. The Rebels have been to the title game 4 times in school history. They can make it a 5th this season.
Jason, you're correct. The Rebels are 8-2 on this season, with setbacks only to Taylorsville and Philadelphia. 2 pretty good programs, although they've only missed the postseason twice in the last 22 seasons. You still get this feeling that Scott Central is just getting cranked up under the head coach, Devin Cooper. I mean, he's already won a state title in his first season, and the community is dialed in, and they're ready to go.
They're ready to go, and we're ready to go as well as we'll step aside for our first 2-minute break of the night here in the KDMC pregame show as we're streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, our website at spiritmedianet.com, and all over the world. So join us tonight. It's going to be cold tonight. Bundle up with us back in 2 minutes with our Impact Players segment on the Spirit Media Network.
You're more than a patient at KDMC. You're family, worthy of kindness, compassion, and respect. King's Daughters Medical Center, caring for our community like no one else can.
The Outdoorsman Tractor Package is here at Mississippi Ag. Choose a 3 Series John Deere tractor tailored to your horsepower needs and get all the attachments you require for the fall in one convenient package, including a loader, disc, and spreader starting at $315 a month. And as always, you get it all covered by our 10-year warranty. With 0% financing for 60 months, it's a deal that is sure to help you get your food plots ready for the season. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires 10/31/19.
Before digging in my yard, I always call 811 to have my utility lines marked, to avoid service interruptions or injury. As CenterPoint Energy says, it's better to call 811 now than 911 later. And if I suspect a gas leak, I leave the area immediately on foot and call CenterPoint Energy and 911 from a safe, remote location. Really?
CenterPoint Energy invests in its infrastructure to help keep you safe. CenterPoint Energy. Always there.
The Mississippi National Credentialing Initiative, or MNCI, is a collaboration between the Mississippi Community College Board and the 15 Mississippi community colleges. The MNCI provides opportunities for students enrolled in credited career and technical education programs to receive national certifications. The premise of the MNCI is to connect education and industry for an improved Mississippi workforce. Students with national certifications often earn more than their counterparts without a certification. Visit mccb.edu for more information regarding the MNCI and career and technical education programs that lead to national certifications.
And we welcome you back as we get all set for Scott Central and Bay Springs coming in tonight as we look at our Impact segment now. And Chris McDonald here in the press box with us. We're all cozied up. It's going to be a cold one tonight, so hang out with us and join us here for what should be a great ball game. Two teams that run the football extremely well. Our Impact Players brought to you by King's Daughters Medical Center. We start with the visiting Bay Springs Bulldogs, who feature one of the youngest yet most sought-after running backs already in the state, and a young but pretty impressive linebacker.
Yeah, Jason, the Bulldogs offensively are carried by freshman running back Ty Jones. Jones has over 1,200 rushing yards this season.
As a freshman?
As a freshman.
Wow.
That's crazy. And team leading 18 rushing touchdowns. He's 6'2", a hamburger shy of 200 pounds, and is already being recruited by Ole Miss and Mississippi State, which, you know, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
Defensively, this is super sophomore and middle linebacker Zion Ross. Ross is the team's leading tackler, 84 stops, as 2 of each fumble recoveries, sacks, forced fumbles, and he's a good one in the key knocking around defensive champs tonight.
He's going to be a key in being able to knock off Scott Central tonight. For the home team, Scott Central Rebels, this is a team that graduated a lot of good players from last year's state championship team, but they seem to just picked up where they left off with a quarterback that has a familiar last name. We saw his older brother 2 years ago in our radio version of the Game of the Week, and an outside linebacker that does it all except for sell popcorn pretty much.
Yeah, Jason, the Rebels are led by junior quarterback Tyron Wash. And if the last name sounds familiar, of course, as we said, his older brother played quarterback here just a couple of years ago. Wash is just hard to stop. He's thrown for over 1,000 yards, rushed for over 500 and more, accounting for 18 total touchdowns. On defense, the Rebels count on junior outside linebacker LaJavius Patrick. Patrick has been a beast, really, leading the team with 77 tackles and tackles for loss with 12. When he's not making plays on defense, he's doing it on special teams with not only blocked punts, also blocked field goals also this season. He's a special one to watch.
He is a special one to watch, and when we come back, we'll give you tonight's starting lineups. 2 minutes as we continue here in the KDMC pregame show. Scott Central getting set to host Bay Springs' first-round playoff action here. It's a cold one here from Scott County. Join us here in 2 minutes on the Spirit Media Network.
A smile is one of the first things most people notice. And for over a decade, Germany Dental has helped change smiles for thousands of people across Mississippi.
I was so embarrassed about my teeth that I never smiled. But now that I have dental implants and cosmetic veneers from Germany Dental, I can't stop smiling. My decision to see Dr. Germany literally changed my life.
Germany Dental, changing lives, one smile at a time. Call 601-825-4746 today.
Like hunting or fishing, Van Sporting Goods is a tradition that's been passed down through the generations. Since 1992, Mississippi's hunters have come to Vans to gear up for their favorite seasons. And this season is no different. You can't miss with the Leupold Optics. And find the perfect fit for the largest gun selection in Mississippi, featuring Browning, Benelli, Winchester, and more, plus accessories that take your outings to the next level. Van Sporting Goods, a name you know as well as your own.
Family owned and operated since 1986, Lakeside Molding has become the trusted source of architectural products throughout the South. They offer fine interior architectural moldings, custom millwork, and cabinet doors designed and handcrafted in Flowwood. Their showroom on Lakeland Drive is stocked with today's most sought-after interior details, including corbels, post, fireplace mantles, bath vanities, butcher block islands, mirrors, and much more. Tim Shoemaker and his staff work closely to meet client needs for new construction, restoration, and remodeling projects. Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference.
Griffin Family Medical Clinic is your family's choice for medical treatment. Griffin Family Medical Clinic offers an array of preventative, diagnostic, and treatment services, including annual wellness exams, pediatric care, school physicals, and family practice. Nurse practitioner Marianne Griffin and her staff will make your family feel right at home from the first visit to the last appointment. We're located on the corner of Highway 80 and Highway 43 in Pelahatchie. Call today for your appointment at 601-854-8002. Griffin Family Medical Clinic. Our family's job is to make yours feel better.
Back with you here at Scott Central as we get set for this first round 2A tilt here in the playoffs. Already 12-1. What are you doing over there, Logan? Goodness. It's already 12-1. No, it's cold tonight. We're glad that you're with us here from Scott Central. Bay Springs comes in, and most people may not know this. Bay Springs, they've actually won the last three. We'll talk more about the series history between these two schools here in just a second. Let's look at tonight's starting lineup. That offensive attack for the Bulldogs as we look at the defensive starters for Bay Springs. And defensively tonight, of course, they're going to have to deal with a potent rushing attack for Scott Central, and it's going to take all hands on deck. Zion Ross, you heard Chris talk about Zion in the impact players segment. For the homestanding Scott Central Rebels, as we'll take a look at their starting lineups here first for the offensive starters, as Trayon Wash, of course, he's the younger brother of the Wash quarterback that played a couple of years ago, and he was a joy to watch, of course, last couple of seasons ago, and he'll be a key tonight in the attack for Scott Central. Look at the defensive starters here. As Scott Central's defense, they've been good all season long, and they're going to have to be good here tonight if Scott Central is going to pull this off and move in advance here in the playoffs. So we'll look at the two coaches here in tonight's matchup. Bay Springs, they're led by head coach Dan Brady here in his sixth season as Bulldogs head coach. He's 16-24 in his time at head coach, leading Bay Springs to the postseason each of his first 6 seasons. Brady 13-5 in the playoffs, won his only meeting against Scott Central in 2016. A 32-10 playoff win, and while at Bay Springs, he's won 2 region championships, made 3 South State Championship game appearances, winning the South State Championship in 2016. His career stops include Perry Central as an offensive lineman and defensive lineman coach, and then defensive coordinator in 2008. Then from 2009 to 2014, he spent time at Stringer High School coaching the offensive and defensive lines and adding offensive coordinator to those titles from 2010 to 2013. Brady, of course, was a part of the staff that won the state title in 2012. Scott Central, led by head coach Devin Cooper, only in his second season, 23-3 thus far. A remarkable run so far, 2A state championship last season. He was an assistant with Scott Central for 6 seasons before getting the opportunity to lead the program where he played his high school football. So impressive here tonight when you look at these two young head coaches, and we're looking forward to it. Glad that you're with us here tonight as we'll take another 2-minute break, have some adjustments here within the press box, and come back, hopefully have you ready for kickoff here in just a few minutes here on the Spirit Media Network.
Could have it all.
At Exit Realty,
We believe in making dreams
come true.
We believe
the home you want
is right there.
is right there.
And we'll help you find it.
Thoroughly trained, passionately committed,
and always on your side.
You can count on us
every step of the way. And you thought we just sold real estate?
We are Exit Realty. Think smart.
Think Exit.
We're having a sale at Patty Peck on a brand new Honda Accord LX, and the Honda Pilot is oh so sweet, just $289 a month when you lease, and the value package is super hot. Make your way to Patty Peck and get a free car wash. Get a lifetime powertrain warranty with your new Honda purchase. Break it down, Rita B. I said P-A-T-T-Y, Patty Peck, Honda's #1. I said P-A-T-T-Y. Shop now at pattypeckhonda.com.
Set for Scott Central in Bay Springs, first round playoff action here in the 2A playoffs. And when you look at the series, these teams, we stated they're only meeting in the postseason for the second time and the 10th time overall. Bay Springs leads the all-time series 7-2. They've won the last 3 meetings between the two schools, which haven't met since 2016. That season, Bay Springs, they ended Scott Central's title bid hopes in the first round of the playoffs, 32-12. The last regular season meeting between the two was in 2012. So, Chris, when you look, Scott Central, in essence, they're looking for their first win versus Bay Springs since 2010.
That's crazy to think about. That this team has had that much trouble with Bay Springs, but they won a state title last year.
Yeah. So the tale of the tape, and we always like to do this to look at the difference between the two schools in terms of playoff history, in terms of championships won or lost. So that's always fun. Bay Springs, they've been to the title game 3 times, losing all 3 times, most recently in 2016. The Bulldogs have made the postseason, though, 8 straight seasons. Scott Central winning the 2A title last season. They've been to the championship game 4 times, going 2-2 in those games last season. The first championship for Scott Central since 1999. So Bay Springs, this is a team, Chris, that they've been close but no cigar. Scott Central, for Devin Cooper, off to a great start. Honeymoon season, they win the 2A title.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year, just the way this has unfolded. Like we said, this is a key matchup in 2A that you normally don't see this early.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a monster matchup, and that's one of the things that we were talking with both of the coaches about, too. We were just talking about how, you normally get this kind of matchup in the 3rd round, normally. And so we're getting it here in the 1st round, so pretty big matchup here tonight, Bay Springs. And, this is a program, the Bulldogs, I don't know if a lot of people are talking about them in 2A, but they should.
Yeah, they should. Scott Central is going to come down to can they continue to move the ball and be dominant running the ball like they've been doing? Can Bay Springs stop that?
should be interesting as we'll take another 2-minute break and come back, hopefully be closer and closer as some of the captains are making their way out onto the field as we get all set tonight. Bay Springs and Scott Central coming up here in 2 minutes on the Spirit Media Network.
You're more than a patient at KDMC. You're family, worthy of kindness, compassion, and respect. King's Daughters Medical Center, caring for our community like no one else can.
For 60 months, it's a deal that is sure to help you get your food plots ready for the season. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires 10/31/19.
With 2 boys, I know about suspicious odors. But CenterPoint Energy taught me something important. If I smell rotten eggs, it might be a gas leak. I should leave on foot immediately and call both CenterPoint Energy and 911 from a safe location. I also never store flammables like paint or gasoline near my natural gas appliances. 1 spark is all it takes to ignite fumes.
CenterPoint Energy provides tips to help you keep your family safe. CenterPoint Energy, always there.
The Mississippi National Credentialing Initiative, or MNCI, is a collaboration between the Mississippi Community College Board and the 15 Mississippi Community Colleges. The MNCI provides opportunities for students enrolled in credited career and technical education programs to receive national certifications. The premise of the MNCI is to connect education and industry for an improved Mississippi workforce. Students with national certifications often earn more than their counterparts without a certification. Visit mccb.edu for more information regarding the MNCI and career and technical education programs that lead to national certifications.
A smile is one of the first things most people notice. And for over a decade, Germany Dental has helped change smiles for thousands of people across Mississippi.
I was so embarrassed about my teeth that I never smiled. But now that I have dental implants and cosmetic veneers from Germany Dental, I can't stop smiling. My decision to see Dr. Germany literally changed my life.
Germany Dental, changing lives, one smile at a time. Call 601-825-4746 today.
Like hunting or fishing, Van Sporting Goods is a tradition that's been passed down through the generations. Since 1992, Mississippi's hunters have come to Vans to gear up for their favorite seasons. And this season is no different. You can't miss with the Leupold Optics. And find the perfect fit for the largest gun selection in Mississippi, featuring Browning, Benelli, Winchester, and more, plus accessories that take your outings to the next level. Van Sporting Goods, a name you know as well as your own.
Rosters here, and we'll pull up
It's Friday night in Mississippi, where high school football takes center stage across the Magnolia State. That also means it's time for the Friday Night End Zone's Game of the Week on the Spirit Media Network. The Friday Night End Zone Game of the Week is brought to you in part by King's Daughters Medical Center, providing quality health and wellness in a Christian environment. By Mississippi Ag, Ag Up. By CenterPoint Energy, always there. By Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference. By Pole Chaps of Brandon. Need your business to stand out? Pole Chaps has you covered. By Vans Sporting Goods, online at vansoutdoors.com. Now let's head to the field with tonight's crew bringing you all the action right here on the Spirit Media Network.
And we welcome you back as we're just moments away from Scott Central in Bay Springs. Scott Central has won the toss, and they have elected to receive. So just moments away. So Chris McDonald, Jason Scarborough, Logan Campbell here in the press box with you. So keys to victory tonight for both teams. What would you tell them?
Eliminate the turnovers. You got to hold on to the ball, number one, and just do what you're good at.
Yeah.
Go out there and execute. And big thing, control the line of scrimmage.
Scott Central is an offense. They only average 133 yards passing per game, but they do average 197 yards per game rushing the football. And a lot of that attack is going to come, of course, from Trayon Wash at the quarterback position, as well as Latavius Patrick. So this ought to be fun to see this Scott Central running attack go up against this 4-3 defense for Bay Springs as we're just moments away. Glad that you're with us here tonight. Jeff Eade is patrolling the sideline tonight. Newman Kazari is braving the elements. We appreciate him. Got some good news from Newman. We'll talk about that later. Big believers in prayer here on the Spirit Media Network for sure, right?
Yes, we are. It's an amazing thing.
So doing the kickoff duties here, it's going to be Eddie Payton, the junior, for Bay Springs in white tops, white pants, yellow helmets with the Dogs emblem across the side. Here's the kick. Short end-over-end kick. Going to bounce on the far side, picked up by Scott Central, and a nice return across the 30, close to the 35. And that's where the Rebels will set up shop. 1st and 10. So what are you looking for on the first play here? Just to probably establish the run. That's what Coach Devin Cooper told us in the pregame. He just wanted to establish the run early.
Yeah, I foresee that's what they're probably going to do. They do run, obviously, more than they pass. That's what I would expect to do, is see a couple runs to start out.
So here comes Wash, the junior quarterback, going to engineer this offense. He's got twins to the near side. Receiver to the right. Of course, we told you about the Bay Springs Bulldog defense, that 4-3. Coach Brady likes to run a man in motion to the far side. Wash going to pass, has time in the pocket. Now wants to take off and run and tries to get away from a tackle, and he can't. He's going to be tackled back at around the 25-yard line. And it'll be a loss of a couple on the play.
Yeah, he almost spends a little too much time in the pocket here he probably should have pulled this one down a little sooner and take off. As you see, he dances around reading his progressions, and just took a little too much time before Christopher Newell catches him.
Good job by Newell from the defensive tackle position. Of course, replays tonight brought to you by KDMC. Back to live action here as Wash going to try to keep it on the quarterback keeper, and he's tackled for a loss again. As coming up to make the stop there, looks like that was Anthony Newell from the outside linebacker position.
Boy, Bay Springs just reads this perfectly and doesn't give him an inch. Yeah, as you see, like I said, Bay Springs just reading it. And they're going to get in there and not give Wash anywhere to go.
A little surprised, haven't seen them try to turn and hand to Owsley or Patrick just yet. But Wash here facing a 3rd down and close to 13. Shotgun formation for Wash. Going to fake the handoff. Quick pass, a tunnel screen far side. Bay Springs is there, and they make the tackle. Nowhere to go as the pass was complete far side to Javarius Macbeth. And the Bulldogs force a 3-and-out here on the opening possession for the homestanding Scott Central Rebels.
Yeah, you know they're going to be happy here. He didn't really have anywhere else to go with it. Dumps it off on the little tunnel screen. Bay Springs reads it, gets good job flocking to the football.
I want to say that's 15. I think that's Marcus Ruffin back to return this punt, and it is. And as the Rebels going to have to punt this one away. A high kick, not very deep, kind of a wobbler here, but it does take a Scott Central bounce inside the 45, the 40, inside the 35, rolls dead to the 34. So a punt that didn't start off looking all that great takes a Rebel roll inside the 35, down to the 34. Now we get to see Adrian Cole and the Bay Springs offense.
Yeah, this this kid, and Ty Jones is who I'm going to look to go to here. 187 carries for 1,204 yards and 18 touchdowns. That is crazy.
That's a freshman.
A freshman.
That's pretty crazy. 9:41 in this first quarter, and here come the Bulldogs. As it'll be the senior Adrian Cole. Double wing set. Coach Brady said, hey, we've run the double wing from 7th grade all the way up. It's going to be a handoff left side here. Across the 35, maybe to the 36. LaMarcus Stubbs on the carry. Minimal gain brings up 2nd down and long.
Yeah, once again, it's both teams, both defenses really controlling the line of scrimmage on these first series. Step in there and take away the run.
2nd down and 8 for Bay Springs. Again, double wing set. Cole under center, sends a man in motion. Turn and hand left side with a hole, but it's going to be whistled dead. As plenty of room to run out there was Chase Wilson, but it's going to be whistled dead. And normally, Chris, when you see that, it's going to go against the offense.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a false start there on Bay Springs.
I didn't see the guilty party there. Can't really see on the KDMC replay there. Maybe someone nudged forward a little too quickly.
Yeah, nothing was very obvious.
So 2nd down and 13. Around the 30-yard line. Here's a handoff right side. Nothing doing here on the handoff. Coming near side was number 15, Ruffin. And he gets nothing. No gain is what we'll call it. 3rd down and 13 now.
I believe that was Robinson, the sophomore middle line, Mike linebacker that got in there and got the stop, wrapped him up.
So it's been defense so far on the first couple of possessions. Opening possession for both teams so far.
Yep, not quite what I was expecting.
No. And I got to give credit to the grounds crew here at Scott Central. This field, with the beating that it's taken the last 3 weeks, field looks pretty good considering what it's been through. Cole in the shotgun. He's back to pass, time to throw. High throw, tipped up in the air and almost intercepted. Trying to hit his receiver far side. Looks like the intended receiver was number 4, Eddie Payton, and it ricocheted up in the air. And LaJavius Patrick was there and almost had a chance to pick it off.
Yeah, he's gonna be mad at himself for not catching this one. Pass was a little high.
Hot potato here.
Yeah, he just couldn't quite bring it down. And man, he's gonna be mad he didn't catch that.
And Cole had plenty of time in the pocket. Just seemed like he had a little too big a case of happy feet there, maybe.
And it's hard to grip that ball when it's cold.
Payton comes forward, it gets it away. And Scott Central going to call for a fair catch, and sliding forward and making the fair catch at the 45 is LaJavius Patrick. So Scott Central with sparkling field position here on their second offensive possession, 7:52 here in this first quarter of play. Well, you know we're going to see great defense out of both of these programs. They play great defense all season long.
Yeah, they have. The question is which team's going to figure out the offense first?
We've seen Wash try to get untracked running the football. That's what he does best. And let's see what he elects to do here. Empty backfield. He's in the shotgun formation. He'll send Patrick in motion and going to flip it to Patrick. Patrick manages to squeak out a yard to the 46, and that is it. Payton comes up to make the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, the defensive line here is going to continue to just dominate. And he manages to do a good job for him stretch out and get a couple of extra yards there.
2nd and 9 as Pickens got there first. Payton cleaned it up. Shotgun once again for Wash. Flank to his right shoulder by a running back. He'll put that running back in motion. Wash fakes like he's going to pass, and he wants to take off, and he's met rudely right there at the 47-yard line. Combining to make the tackle is Payton and Holder as you look at the KDMC replay.
Yeah, this is a good job. Linebackers kind of holding their ground and step up to get him on the quarterback draw.
3rd down and 7 is what we'll call it. So Scott Central in danger of going 3 and out on their opening 2 possessions. As checking out here is Parody. Wash in the shotgun. He's got trips to the far side. Wash going to roll right. Looks downfield. Has a man open. High points the football and catches it for the Mississippi Ag. First down, and on the reception, coming up to make the play there is number 16, Darian Bobbitt, the senior wideout.
Yeah, you're going to see a good job by Wash on the rollout. Knows where to put it. And he's going to the receiver's going to high point that football, as you said, and just come down with it and make sure he got the first down before he went out.
1st and 10 for the Rebels. Spotted at the 43-yard line in Bay Springs territory. First time either team has crossed the 50 here tonight. Trips to the near side. Wash going to hand off, coming near side. Room to run. Hurdling a man inside the 35, the 30, down close to the 25-yard line. And a big run here for number 6, Vivians, the junior running back. Look at the KDMC replay here, Chris, and he hurdles a man around the 40.
Hats off. The offensive line opens up a big hole here, and then, as you said, he just hurdles a guy. Gets a couple more yards before going down.
Little bunny step there. Mississippi Ag first down, and the Rebels rolling now. Washing the shotgun, trips to the far side again, one wide to the left. Handoff to, looks like Vivians again. Finds it a tough going, but manages to pick up close to 3, maybe 4. It'll be second down.
Yeah, you're going to see the defense kind of crash around the ends and kind of left the hole open in the middle, and he's going to take advantage of it and dives forward for a couple of yards.
2nd and 8 is what we'll call it. They actually spotted him a little shorter than I thought that they would. Clock rolling. We approach 5 minutes here in this first quarter. Wash in the shotgun. He's got Vivians to his left shoulder. Wash awaits the snap. There it is. Going to hand to Vivians. Trying to get out around the edge far side. Vivians stops and going to be upended. And a flag comes in at the end of the play. As coming up to make the stop for Bay Springs was Charles Carr, the sophomore defensive back. Don't know what the penalty could be here, Chris.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to watch on our replay here, see just what happens. Good job getting to the outside. How much?
Here comes the official. Personal foul. Oh, did he say hold? I think he said holding.
That's what it looked like from here.
Well, I can guarantee you Newman's going to get a close-up here in a second of exactly what the penalty is. But it's a big penalty. It backs Scott Central way up. Here's another look. It looks like he's saying personal foul. He did the chop with the hands there instead of the hold. So a personal foul is going to move it all the way back to the 39-yard line. Line to gain is around the 19, so we'll call it 2nd and 20. Shotgun for Wash. He's going to roll to the left. Pressure in his face. Peyton pursuing, but he manages to get it away here on the near side to Patrick, who comes up with the catch. They get some of that lost yardage back, but good pursuit here by Peyton on the backside.
Yeah, it was, and Wash does a good job to keep this play alive and manages to get a few yards out of it. That's a hard throw to make, too, to throw back across his shoulder.
Body. Yeah. Right-handed quarterback throwing across his body to the left. Scoreless here in this first quarter, 2A playoffs. First round between Scott Central and Bay Springs. Wash in the shotgun. 4 receivers set. Waits on the snap. It's a low snap. He's got it. Time in the pocket. Wants to go long. Has a man open and overshoots him. Had some distance there. Tried to hit Darian Bobbitt in the end zone. Incomplete. And it'll be 4th down for Scott Central. He had him open for just a second there.
He did. Looks like Bobbitt may have lost that ball. As you can see right here at the tail end of it, he kind of looked for it and
did he throw it to the wrong shoulder?
I think so. It looked like it traveled over to his right shoulder, and he just couldn't make the adjustment.
So 4th down, and the Rebels going to have to punt this away. Parody going to get this one away. Kind of a kick off the side of his foot. That's going to do the job and roll. Actually takes a roll back. As Bay Springs will get it for the second time tonight, just shy of the 20-yard line. So 4:19 here in this first quarter. No score. Scott Central and Bay Springs. All that you expected, right?
Sure. We'll go with that.
Scoreless game, right? Well, let's look at it. Cold night, right? The field, Logan and myself and Jeff, we walked on it earlier when we got here today. And it's held up well. Credit to the grounds crew here, but still a cold night, 3 weeks of rain, going to be slick, going to be hard to get anything going.
Yeah, it's I don't want to be on that field tonight.
No. Double wing set here for Cole. Going to hand off, looks like around the left side here, still on his feet with blockers in front. And couldn't see the number from here. I want to say that was possibly AG. And I think there's a flag down as well. The officials check with each other. I thought there was a flag too. Logan was talking in our ear there and thought he saw a flag. I thought I saw one too. The officials were meeting.
I thought I saw one, but apparently whatever it was, they waved off.
2nd down and 5 coming up for the Bulldogs. Cole going to turn in hand, left side, blockers in front. Trying to follow his blockers is Chase Wilson, the junior running back, and he appears to have the Mississippi Ag first down. And you look at the KDMC replay here, Chris, you got to give credit to this Bulldog offensive line so far.
Yeah, both offensive lines finally starting to figure it out a little bit, and that's a good job. Just keep feet turning and just keep going upfield.
So the Mississippi Ag first down for the Bulldogs at their own 30-yard line. Clock continues to roll. 3 minutes and change here in this first quarter. Glad that you're with us here tonight from Scott Central Attendance Center here in Scott County on a cold Friday night. Cozy up and watch us tonight wherever you are, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, as they hand to Wilson left side. And he squirts out close to about the 32, maybe the 33. It'll be a minimal gain. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, they're going to do a kind of going back to power football here. Keep the ball moving.
Call it a gain of 3 to bring up 2nd down and 7. Again, they're not going to do anything fancy. Coach Brady said, hey, we've been a double wing team all season. Going to stick with it. It's been our bread and butter. He was telling Jeff and I before the game, they started in 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. And that's when you see these teams perform extremely well, as Wilson is absolutely drilled as he gets to the 35-yard line, and he is leveled, as you see here on the KDMC replay.
Yeah, he's just getting taken out right there after about a 5-yard gain. Just gets taken off his feet.
And I think that was Jalen Wells that came up with the big lick from his Sam linebacker position. It'll be 3rd down coming up here for the Bulldogs. We'll call it 3rd down and 5. Right at the 35-yard line. Double wing set again for Cole, your quarterback. Going to hand left side, picking and choosing, close to the Mississippi Ag first down. And it looks like he's got it. The junior running back, LaMarcus Stubbs, appears to have the Mississippi Ag first down.
Yeah, he does a good job at getting away here on the left side. I actually thought they had him. He just very patient, works the way around, and gets to the first down.
These running backs are really, really patient. That's one thing I've noticed about the Bay Springs backfield. The running backs seem to be very, very patient. Good vision. They average 238 yards running per game. So I'd say they know what they're doing. Cole going to roll to the right, and before he can launch it downfield, you got a flag down here on the near side. Going to be false start against Bay Springs. That's been the biggest problem we've seen so far with Bay Springs. They'll start to move it, and they've had a couple flags that have put them in behind the chains.
Couple false starts, but they're their players are a little amped up. It's cold. I believe we're down in the 30s now, or pretty close to it. A little cool.
Now they run the clock. Okay. I thought it'd stop there for a second. We got you, Logan. We got you. We got to look out for Logan. I mean, he's over there all comfy in the best chair in the press box. He might fall asleep. Hand off left side, Wilson trying to pick up some of that lost yardage back. He'll get maybe a yard as it was 1st and 15. And Patrick comes up with the stop.
Yeah, good job to get across the field, catch him.
So they'll spot it right at the 35-yard line. We might get another play, and I think we will, before the end of the first quarter. Fast-moving first quarter, scoreless first quarter so far. As it'll be second down. I'll say no gain, 2nd and 15 for the Bulldogs. Cole going to hand on the inside here, and getting close to the 40-yard line. Looks like that's Stubbs once again, and it is. And that'll do it here for the first quarter of play. No score between Scott Central and Bay Springs at the end of one quarter. First round of the Class 2A playoffs, and we've reached the end of the first quarter. We're back in 60 seconds with the opening of the second quarter here on the Spirit Media Network.
Family owned and operated since 1986, Lakeside Molding has become the trusted source of architectural products throughout the South. They offer fine interior architectural moldings, custom millwork, and cabinet doors designed and handcrafted in Flowwood. Their showroom on Lakeland Drive is stocked with today's most sought-after interior details, including corbels, post, fireplace mantles, bath vanities, butcher block islands, mirrors, and much more. Tim Shoemaker and his staff work closely to meet client needs for new construction, restoration, and remodeling projects. Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference.
Griffin Family Medical Clinic is your family's choice for medical treatment. Griffin Family Medical Clinic offers an array of preventative, diagnostic, and treatment services, including annual wellness exams, pediatric care, school physicals, and family practice. Nurse practitioner Marianne Griffin and her staff will make your family feel right at home from the first visit to the last appointment. We're located on the corner of Highway 80 and Highway 43 in Pelahatchie. Call today for your appointment at 601-854-8002. Griffin Family Medical Clinic. Our family's job is to make yours feel better.
We welcome you back here as it's 3rd down and 10 coming up here for Bay Springs as we open the second quarter, a scoreless second quarter. It's back to pass as Cole, pressure in his face, rolls to his right, eludes the tackler, throws downfield, has a man, and it's off his hands and nearly incomplete or nearly intercepted as he looks like he had Wilson streaking down the far sideline. It went off his hands and then off the deflection, was nearly intercepted.
Yeah, I believe it's Parody that almost intercepts this ball. Got to get a hand on it and do good coverage by the defense.
Parody got his hand on it. Looks like Johnson almost came up with it on the carom. That's Parody out there from his outside linebacker position.
Good job by Wells to put pressure on the quarterback there.
No doubt. So Peyton is going to punt this away here for the Bulldogs. Scoreless ball game. High snap. Comes forward. It's blocked and picked up by Bay Springs, and they're running with it here on the near side. Well short of the first down. Let's look at the KDMC replay and see who came up with the block as the snap was high, and it threw off his timing. Let's go back to the widescreen there if we can. Block punt, couldn't see who came up with it. Let's roll that back if we can, Logan, and see who came up with the block. But that was just a jailbreak there.
Yeah, it all starts with a bad snap.
That was Wells, 45, that came up with the block.
Well, he's good at getting in the backfield quick.
That's their 5th blocked punt of the season.
Wow.
To go along with 2 blocked field goals. Now the Rebels sitting pretty in Bay Springs territory. Wash, your quarterback, going to fake to Patrick and keep him himself. Gets to the 40-yard line, pick up a 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here for the Rebels.
Yeah, he's going to – I could look like it may have been a designed run here, a little delay. Just going to try to get it up the middle and manage to get decent yardage out of this play.
Scott Central looking to cash in on the first big break of the ball game, big play. 2nd down at the Bay Springs 40. Wash has got twins to the left and to the right. Takes the snap, going to hand off straight up the gut to number 6, Vivians. Vivians close to the 37. He's going to be short of the first down. as it'll be third down and manageable coming up for Scott Central.
Yeah, Scott Central just seems like they're kind of going to a power football move here. Go back to what they do.
Third down and 4, just shy of the 35. Is Wash. Quick pass here near side. Has Patrick. Patrick has it. And he's got the first down and more. Still on his feet. Carrying folks with him. Down close to the 5. Patrick with a big catch and run here, as he'll have the Mississippi Ag first down inside the KDMC red zone.
Wow, this just started out as just a little screenplay to get a first down. And, boy, he's going to take it all the way down to about the 5-yard line. Just keeps fighting. Good job to stay in bounds.
How many tackles did he break? Half the team?
Just about. Wow.
I think they're going to spot it right at the 6, maybe the 5. We'll call it the 5-yard line. Roundhouse backfield here for Scott Central. Here's the snap. Looks like that's Wells going to take it close to the goal line. Going to be short by about a yard. It'll be second and goal coming up here for Scott Central.
Yeah, Wells just going to take it right up the middle, and looks like they spotted it on about the 2 or 3 yard line. Can't quite tell.
Ooh, I think that's a bad spot, Chris. I thought he got closer to the 1.
I thought so too.
So second and goal from the 2. They've got Wells on the backfield again. He's going to fake it and now keep it left side. Has some space. Tries to stretch the ball across. And they're going to say he's down. He lost the football. But the ground cannot cause a fumble in high school football. The ball did pop out. And they're going to say he's short. It's going to be third and goal just outside the 1.
Yeah, he was obviously down there.
Did he break the plane?
Hard
what do
to
you
tell
think?
From the angle we got. It's pretty close.
Logan says, let's roll it again. He wants to see. There was a little bit of indecision there by Wells. Stretches the ball across. I think his knee was down.
Yeah, I think he's going to be short. It's going to be inside the 1, it looks like.
Got an injury timeout on the field. We will take it with him with 9:34 here in this first half of play. And it's a scoreless ball game. Actually, I tell you what, let's keep it here. I think the injured player is going to be okay. So we'll keep it here. So third and goal now for Scott Central. It looks like they're spotting it around the 2 again, aren't they, Chris? Maybe it's closer to the 1.
Yeah, it's hard to see from the angle we're at.
We'll call it third and goal from just outside the 1. Wells is going to take the snap in the stacked backfield again. Hurdles over the pile for the touchdown. And Scott Central breaks the wrapper on the scoring here in the first round of the 2A playoff game here in Scott County.
Wells says, if you're not going to let me go left or right, I'm just going to go over you. Gets off his feet here, and great job.
Doty going to attempt the extra point. He's 31 of 40 so far this season out of the hold of Donald. Right-footed kicker. The hold is down. Kick is away, and it looks like it's going to be blocked, so no good. So make it 31 of 41. Broadcaster's jinx, right? 6-0. Scott Central on top of Bay Springs. Back in 30 seconds here on the Spirit Media Network. And we're back with you. 6-0. Scott Central on top of Bay Springs. Wells over the top. Deuce McAllister style. You got to reference Deuce when you're in Scott County, just saying.
There you go. Yeah, it's very Deuce-esque.
Look at the KDMC replay again for those of you that missed it. That is a la Deuce over the top. Had the extra point blocked. 6-0. First score here at the 9:22 mark of the second quarter. Now Parody is going to kick deep for the Rebels. Hand over end kick. Short kick taken just outside the 25. Here's Wheaton on the return, and he's popped at the 40-yard line and met rudely by the kicker and the starting linebacker, Parody. Big pop here on the kickoff return, and you look at the KDMC replay. Special teams is the specialty in a lot of ways for Scott Central. They had the block punt moments ago. They've got good coverage on both punt and field goal and kick return, everything. Their special teams is outstanding.
Yeah, it's a tough kicker.
Yeah. Freshman outside linebacker, too, 5'11", 192. Good-looking athlete. Let's see what Bay Springs can come up with here. They've been able to move the football at times tonight. Here's a handoff to, looks like that's number 15 on the carry. That's going to be Marcus Ruffin. Minimal gain. Call it a gain of 2 yards, 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, he does. Bay Springs trying to figure it out. They seem like they're starting to.
Yeah.
This Scott Central defense is just tough.
You know, they were moving the ball pretty good on that second possession. Then you had a couple of plays that didn't go their way, a couple penalties. Then you had the block punt. That just changed it, turned it around completely here. As both teams were just throwing body shots to see. And now we got a wide open player on the far side, but they're going to throw the flag. He just had checked into the ball game, and as soon as he checked in to the formation, they threw it to him. It was Eddie Payton. That's going to be probably illegal substitution. Oh, no, they said timeout. Oh. So maybe Bay Springs catches a break with no penalty there. So Scott Central wants to burn this timeout here, the first of the half. We'll take it with them back in 30 seconds on the Spirit Media Network. And we welcome you back to Scott County, Scott Central Attendance Center, our KDMC Mississippi Ag Game of the Week. Jason Scarborough, Chris McDonald, Logan Campbell all in the press box with you. Newman Kazari on top, braving the elements. Running the camera for us tonight. Jeff Ead roaming the sideline tonight. As all of you watching on Facebook and Twitter, YouTube, our website, we appreciate you guys so much for joining us here tonight on a very cold and chilly Friday night. Let's check the temperature while we have a moment, shall we? 38 degrees right now. Logan says it feels good. Okay.
Very brisk.
Very brisk. So we agree that it's colder than last Friday when we were sitting out at Hartfield, I'm assuming. Much colder. At least out on the field. Handoff, right side following his blockers. And Ruffin picks up a good chunk of yardage there, close to the midfield stripe. And so Bay Springs will be set up with a 3rd down and short coming up here as you look at the KDMC replay.
Yeah, a little almost misdirection, just good blocking, even by the receivers out here.
Mm-hmm.
He does a good job just to keep following. Like you said, patience.
Patience. I like what they do. They'll put their hand. You're a former offensive lineman, so you got to appreciate this. They put their hand on the backside and just kind of follow the blockers, follow the big guys.
It's all good till they try to push you too far.
Make you lose your balance.
I've had that happen once or twice.
3rd down and 3 for the Bulldogs, down 6-0. A pitch out here to Wilson. Wilson trying to get a block, and the ball comes loose. It pops up in the air, and Bay Springs able to get back on it. As Wilson was going to be short of the 1st down, Chris, but he just took a lick, and Bay Springs fortunate to get back on the football.
Yeah, it was a good hit by Robinson to just jar this ball loose.
Boom.
Right there.
Goodness. So credit to Bay Springs. They had the block punt moments ago. Scott Central able to cash in on that, and Bay Springs nearly turning it over here. So Peyton's going to punt it away. For the Bulldogs, going to stand back at around his own 33. Looks like that's Patrick to return this punt for Scott Central. Got a flag that comes in here. Going to be delay of game against Bay Springs. So again, the penalties. It's a close ball game, and in a close ball game, these penalties can kill you.
Little mental errors.
Yeah.
Three pre-snap penalties have just bit Bay Springs tonight.
See our friend with WLBT, Nick Ducote, on the sideline. Got a chance to catch up with Nick for the ball game. High snap again. Peyton gets it off, and a nice high kick. Patrick is going to watch it bounce and then let it roll, and it takes a Bay Springs roll just shy of the 20, around the 21-yard line. But talking with Nick Ducote before the ball game, he is such a treat to talk to. He just loves high school football, loves college football. Saw him a moment ago on the sideline having a fun moment with Coach Cooper with Scott Central. So now for the Rebels, up 6-0. You've got 7 minutes and change here before the half. And you just feel like, although it's close, you feel like if Scott Central can get a touchdown here, it'll feel more than a 2-touchdown lead at that point. Because points are at a premium tonight here on a cold and damp track.
Yes, they are.
Wash is going to fake the handoff and keep it right up the middle. Wash spinning to the 30. Wash to the 35 and spun out of bounds by his jersey. As coming up to make the tackle was Newell. And Mississippi Ag first down. And Wash showed that athleticism that he's known for on this replay.
Yeah, this is what we were waiting to see from him tonight. And he finally gets a chance to break loose. Breaks a couple tackles before being slung out of bounds.
Don't forget the KDMC halftime report coming up at the intermission. Jason Crowder with SEC Update will get you all set for a big slate of college football games tomorrow, including LSU and Alabama. Wash, quick pass far side and managing to make the catch and then muscle forward for a couple of yards. The pass was high, but the receiver manages to pull it down there. Nice job there by number 12, Owsley.
Yeah, it almost looks like the receivers got tangled up, like a pass wasn't quite where it should have been, and kind of just delayed that whole screen.
So we'll call it second down and close to 8. Right around the 42-yard line. Clock rolling, 6 minutes and change here in this first half. Scott Central, 6-0. They blocked a Bay Springs punt earlier and cashed in as Wash in trouble and going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss. As the Bulldog defense gets there and holds Wash in check on that particular play.
Yeah, Bay Springs, hats off to their defense here, just plugging the hole and not giving him anything and just knocking him back. And
well, they gave him forward progress, looks like, to about the 40, maybe the 41-yard line. So 3rd down and 9 coming up here. Trips to the near side for Wash. Play clock down to 13 seconds. Wash anticipating the snap. Takes the snap, looks near side, has a receiver, is caught, but Bay Springs there is immediately. And the Bulldogs are going to force a punt here. Nice job of coming up to make the tackle, combining to make the tackle. Nick Agee along with Jalen Boyd here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they do a great job to catch this screen. And actually, they're going to lose a couple yards here. Let's lose a yard or two.
Backed him up to about the 39-yard line. Parity going to punt this away for Scott Central. Going to stand back at around his own 25. Ruffin, the senior wide out for the Bulldogs, going to take this punt in. Moves forward to his 30. Still 6-0. Parity comes forward and kind of a wobbler of a kick. Ricochets off of, looks like one of his own blockers there. It was a low kick. I think it hit one of the Scott Central special teamers in the back, and it's going to be whistled dead near midfield for Bay Springs.
Yeah, there was just this kick never really got very high.
Did it hit one of his? Looks like it hit one of his own teammates, didn't it? You see one of the Bay Springs. I think that was Jalen Boyd. Just put his hands up and said, "Nope, nope, not touching that one." So they're going to spot it right at the 49-yard line in Bay Springs territory. So Bay Springs with a big opportunity here.
Bay Springs they have to capitalize off this.
And remember, the Bulldogs will get the ball to start the second half. As Cole turns and hands here to Wilson right side and had a full head of steam and chopped down at the 45-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 5 yards, second down and 5 as you look at the KDMC replay here.
Yeah, just keeps churning, get the yards. They got a little time left in this first half.
Second and 5 coming up for the Bulldogs. Down by 6. First round playoff action. Got to say a big shout out to Medicomp for helping make tonight's broadcast possible. One of the big sponsors for Scott Central here. As plunging forward is Wilson. And he may have gotten a couple of yards. It'll be third down and short coming up.
Yeah, it looks like that. Like I said, they're going back to power football and doing what they do and running the ball. Just about 3.5 minutes left. But they've got to capitalize with the momentum that they've got. Finally figured a way to move the ball a little bit. Stalled out on the last drive kick. You get the ball back in great field position. Got to do something with it.
Third down and 3. Cole is going to work this snap from the shotgun. He's got Wilson to his right shoulder. Cole going to keep right side and tries to get to the marker, and he's going to be stopped short. He's going to be stopped short of that Mississippi Ag first down, and they're going to spot it at the 42, Chris. He needs right at the 41. Decision time for Coach Brady here. What do you do?
That's it. I was just sitting here thinking about that. Do I go for it?
He's a full 2 yards short.
It looks like they might be thinking about it, too.
Maybe drain the play clock here, burn a timeout, talk about it.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I would. It's probably the way I would go with this.
I think that's what he's going to do. He's got one of the head linesmen over there talking to him, and now he does take a timeout. Right when the play clock goes to 0, so 2:20 to go here in this first half of play. Scott Central 6-0. They cashed in on a blocked punt, and that's where this stands. We're going to step aside as well while Bay Springs talks about it. 4th and 2 decision time here in the 2A playoffs as we're back in 30 seconds on the Spirit Media Network.
You're more than a patient at KDMC. You're family, worthy of kindness, compassion, and respect. King's Daughters Medical Center, caring for our community like no one else can.
Welcome. 4th and 2 coming up for Bay Springs, and they are considering going for it as the Bulldogs will get it back to start the second half. They trail by only 6, but it appears that they're going to go for it here, Chris. Do you like the call? You can't change your mind after the fact.
I'm okay with the call here.
Yeah. Here we go. Man in motion is Ruffin from the near side to the far side. This could be just to try to induce Scott Central, and that's exactly what it was. So Bay Springs will burn their second timeout. So we'll keep it here. 4th and 2 coming up for Bay Springs. They still could roll out there and go for it, but conservatively, you would say punt it away here. Play defense, get the ball back, start the second half. You go down 6-0 at the half, still anybody's ball game.
Yeah, 6-point ball game. Touchdown and extra point, you have a lead. I wouldn't blame them if they went for it, but I think they might go with. I think they might kick it, pin them back deep.
Yeah, you kind of lean towards, I don't know, road team, underdog, 4th and 2, gotta steal some possessions maybe. Maybe go for it. I heard a coach a long time ago say, your road team, your underdog, you got to be a little more aggressive than the home team, the favored team.
I agree with that.
It looks like they've got Peyton. Peyton is their punter. He's only about, 5 or 6 yards behind the formation. So this could be just a kick here, and it is. And it looks like he had it partially deflected. It's going to go straight up in the air and then bounce back. It does take a Bay Springs bounce right at the 21-yard line. I think someone got a hand on that again. For Scott Central, it was a low snap. Let's look at the KDMC replay and see if we can see if somebody got a finger on it. I think someone did get a hand on it.
Looks like it may have.
Just the way the ball went up in the air. Looked like somebody might have tipped it.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to just quick kick it. Did his job, got it down around the 20-yard line.
So 2 minutes and 12 seconds here in this first half. 6-0, Scott Central. Now with it, 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Halftime report coming up here in 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Hope you'll stay tuned for that. The SEC update with Jason Crowder. Low snap for Wash. Manages to pick it up. Slips. Now rolls to his right. He's in trouble. Wash still hanging on to it, and he's going to be tackled. Looks like in the end zone. There's also a flag in the backfield. And they may say, no, he's tackled at the 1.
Wow.
Oh, we've got to look at that on the KDMC replay.
Yeah, he holds on to this ball just way too long.
And he stumbled right there. That shows you the slippage out there as well. Looks like they're going to pick up the flag, too. Ooh, I
think that was a safety.
I think it was a safety, too. He was 2 yards in the end zone. Oh, wow.
Yeah, there wasn't a knee down. He went backwards, so he didn't have a knee go down or anything. I don't agree with that
Let's
call.
flag that one just in case. Come back to that one. I know that'll be a conversation at some point. But now, 2nd down and a toss to Rankin County. They're just going to keep it, and looks like it might be a safety here or a touchdown. No, Bay Springs recovers a fumble for a touchdown in the end zone.
Wow.
Check out the KDMC replay here. Looks like a mishap on the snap. Couldn't see who came up with the fumble recovery for the touchdown, but the Bulldogs have tied this thing up right before the half.
Talk about taking advantage.
Wow.
How quickly things can change.
So now it looks like the Bulldogs are going to line up and go for 2. And we told you coming in, Bay Springs is a team that when they line up against Scott Central, there's a lot of teams that will line up against Scott Central and be intimidated. Bay Springs is not one of those teams.
No, they're not.
Bulldogs have won the last 3 against Scott Central. Cole under center sends Ruffin in motion. Ruffin around right side. He's not going to get the 2-point conversion. Not even close. Nice defense there coming up to make the stop. Elijah Robinson comes up to make the tackle. And that's where we stand at 6-6. With 1:47 to go here in this first half of play. We'll step aside 30 seconds here on the Spirit Media Network.
The Outdoorsman Tractor Package is here at Mississippi Ag. Choose a 3 Series John Deere tractor tailored to your horsepower needs and get all the attachments you require for the fall in one convenient package, including a loader, disc, and spreader starting at $315 a month. And as always, you get it all covered by our 10-year warranty. With 0% financing for 60 months, it's a deal that is sure to help you get your food plots ready for the season. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires 10/31/19.
Welcome you back to Scott Central Attendance Center as Bay Springs, they have recovered a fumble in the end zone for a touchdown. And let's state this happened after we thought that it was a safety for the Bay Springs defense. Looked like it should have been a safety. And the Bulldogs come up with a fumble recovery in the end zone for a touchdown. 2-point conversion, no good. And now we're all knotted up at 6 apiece inside 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Just as you predicted, right?
That's right.
Here's the kickoff for Bay Springs. Going to be taken around the 15 by the Rebels. And a nice return coming out here near side. And now pushed out of bounds here at the last minute is Macbeth. He's going to get across the 30. And let's see where they officially mark it. About the 33-yard line should be.
Yeah, he fumbled this ball and it bounced right. He got lucky. It bounced right back up into his hands.
Yeah, I heard Logan in my ear say, fumble, fumble.
Yeah, I saw him stay leaned over, and that's what it was. He was getting it back off the ground.
So the Rebels are going to have good field position here. So Scott Central I have them with 2 timeouts, 1:39. Wash your quarterback, twins to the near side. Bunch formation far side, and there's a fumble on the play. Wash loses it. Wash loses it. Bay Springs says that they have it, and they do.
Wow.
Second straight fumble recovery for Bay Springs as you look at the KDMC replay.
And it just looks like he
just lost it.
He never had control of it, it looked like, and just bobbled it the whole time.
Fumble recovery here for Bay Springs, and the Bulldogs can lead this thing at halftime with 1:32 to go. And inside the 34, Logan says he thinks it's cold hands. And it could be, cold hands, slick track. So the underdog Bulldogs a chance to score and take the lead before halftime with 92 seconds remaining. Here's a handoff, left side to Wilson. Wilson left side with a big run. Inside the 25, and he's got the Mississippi Ag first down.
Wow, this kid's quick and just great vision. Works through the hole and just patience, man. He is, I've noticed that about him. He's very patient in getting through the line.
Bay Springs certainly very patient as well, huddling here with a minute and change. They are perfectly content to take this thing in at the half. It appears tied. Here's Cole, drops back. Cole dumps it off. Oh, it's tipped away. What a play by the linebacker, Parody, who knocked it away as you had an open receiver there on the far side, Ruffin. He was open, and Cole just did not see the linebacker, Parody.
Yeah, it's a good job by Parody. Man, what a game he's having so far.
Oh, he's played lights out tonight.
And just going to get a big hand on it and just knock it down.
2nd and 10 coming up here for the Bulldogs. Clock stops at 1:03. They'll spot it just inside the 25-yard line, around the 24 there, Chris. So the Bulldogs in striking distance. Wing back to the near side is Ruffin. Inside handoff here to Wilson. Wilson off the left side down to around maybe the 23. They might give him the 22. Call it a gain of 3, maybe 4. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, good hole there. Just closed up quickly. Linebacker's going to jump in there and catch his feet.
3rd down and 7 is the official mark. 37 seconds and counting here. As Bay Springs with 15 seconds on the play clock. They can take this thing down to near 15 seconds. Cole in the shotgun. He's got trips to the far side. Cole rolls right, has time, rolling right. Now throws at the last minute and over the intended receiver's head. He was trying to hit number 12, Quadarius Holm, the senior wide receiver, and Holm looked frustrated that the pass was not more on target.
Yeah, and I think part of it is he waited too long and had to throw kind of back across his shoulder to get to the receiver, and it just wasn't timed right.
So 4th down and 7. You know they're not going to kick a field goal. The turf is just, as Coach Cooper told us before the ball game, just taking an absolute beating over the last 3 weeks. So they're going to go for it. Can't say I'm shocked here with 20 seconds in the half. You get the football back to start the second half as Cole back to pass, throws towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. I don't think the receiver, Peyton Pickens, the tight end, I don't think he was expecting it. And Patrick, the defender for Scott Central, I don't think he was ready for it either.
He kind of turned around and went, oh, there's football. And the receiver just kind of same thing. He just got tripped up. I don't think he was expecting it to be there.
So 15 seconds here in this first half. Don't forget, KDMC halftime report coming up. Jason Crowder with the SEC updates, going to get you all set up for tomorrow. Big slate of SEC games, LSU, Alabama. Of course, highlights pretty much the entire college football weekend tomorrow. Wash going to take the snap and go to a knee. And that's how we're going to go to halftime here. 6-6. What a game here. First round of the Class 2A playoffs. Can't say I'm shocked that we've got a close game here at the half between two really good teams, really well-coached teams as well.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think we probably expected the score to be a little higher, but it's been all defense tonight. I was expecting a close game, maybe have a couple touchdowns each way by now.
Well, 6-6 here at the intermission. Scott Central, the home team, tied up with Bay Springs, the road team. We'll take 2 minutes and get you all set here for the SEC update with Jason Crowder as we're all knotted up here, 6 apiece here at halftime on the Spirit Media Network.
Before digging in my yard, I always call 811 to have my utility lines marked to avoid service interruptions or injury. As CenterPoint Energy says, it's better to call 811 now than 911 later. And if I suspect a gas leak, I leave the area immediately on foot and call CenterPoint Energy and 911 from a safe, remote location. Really?
CenterPoint Energy invests in its infrastructure to help keep you safe. CenterPoint Energy. Always there.
The Mississippi National Credentialing Initiative, or MNCI, is a collaboration between the Mississippi Community College Board and the 15 Mississippi Community Colleges. The MNCI provides opportunities for students enrolled in credited career and technical education programs to receive national certifications. The premise of the MNCI is to connect education and industry for an improved Mississippi workforce. Students with national certifications often earn more than their counterparts without a certification. Visit mccb.edu for more information regarding the MNCI and career and technical education programs that lead to national certifications. You often hear about Mississippi's best kept secrets. If you're looking for the perfect place for your next weekend getaway or the just right setting for your wedding reception, look no further than the best kept secret in Mississippi, the Cart Barn Inn. The Cart Barn Inn is tucked away in Bruce, Mississippi, less than 30 minutes from Oxford, and is a full-service bed and breakfast. Each room at the Cart Barn Inn is fully furnished, including flat-screen TVs, microwaves, refrigerators, wireless internet, comfortable seating areas, and docking stations for your smartphones just in case you forgot your charger. Enjoy breakfast in the morning or a nice evening walk in our privately fenced-in courtyard. Enjoy the game outside on our patio area or take a walk on our boardwalk to our private gazebo. Kay Tyler and her staff will meet every expectation during your stay. Call and book your reservation today at 662-983-7829 or log on to cartbarninn.com. Cart Barn Inn, the best kept secret in Mississippi. It's Saturday down south, so let's talk some college football. The Saturday End Zone is back and ready to go on the Spirit Media Network. The Saturday End Zone is brought to you in part by King's Daughters Medical Center, providing quality health and wellness in a Christian environment. By Mississippi Ag. Ag Up. By CenterPoint Energy. Always there. By Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference. By Pole Chaps of Brandon. Need your business to stand out? Pole Chaps has you covered. By Vans Sporting Goods. Online at vansoutdoors.com. It's Saturday down south, so let's talk some college football. The Saturday End Zone is back and ready to go. Now let's head to the field with tonight's crew bringing you all the action right here on the Spirit Media Network.
I'm so sick of Bama. I hate Alabama so much. The dynasty is not over. Bama's dynasty has just begun. Roll Tide.
Josh Jacobs gets the handoff, goes left, comes right, gets outside, he's to the 5, he's going to go. Touchdown, Alabama.
Sawyer drops, he's in and he's sacked. Feel the thunder.
Explosive performance from Mississippi State.
Skip to Williams, right side. Is he in? Touchdown, Travion Williams, his second of the game. Aggies take a 20-0 lead.
This is an SEC update, an inside look at Southeastern Conference football. Hello, everybody. God bless you, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Jason Crowder, your host. Jake Fromm threw for 279 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 52-yarder to an uncovered Lawrence Cager in the fourth quarter, and the 8th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs defeated the 6th-ranked Florida Gators 24-17 on Saturday in Jacksonville.
1st and 10 from our 48. Dogs taking their time, trying to possess that football and eat up some clock. A little more than 10 minutes remain. Play fake Harriet, bootleg. Fromm sets up all day to throw. Downfield, he's got Cager! 28, 20, 10, 5, give him 6! Touchdown!
The voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard, with a call from Learfield IMG College. Georgia head coach Kirby Smart on the field with Network TV following the game.
We've got a bunch of competitors, we got a young receiving core, people trying to murder these kids, murder Jake Fromm. Look, our kids compete hard. Every chance they get, they come out and gotten better.
Sophomore quarterback Bryce Thompson tied a single-game school record with 3 interceptions, and Tennessee converted 4 UAB turnovers into 20 points Saturday night en route to a 30-7 homecoming victory. After trailing early, Texas A&M got a 60-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Spiller on the play of the next drive, and the freshman's big day helped the Aggies to a 45-14 win over Texas San Antonio in College Station.
The snap to Kellen. The give to Isaiah, big room into midfield to the 40, angles to the 30, all the way to the 20. It's a race. See ya, Isaiah Spiller with the 60-yard touchdown, Aggies.
Well, I'd say that's a great way to wake up. One play, 60-yard touchdown, Aggies.
The voice of the Aggies and IMG College. Kylan Hill racked up a career-high 234 yards rushing on 21 carries and 3 scores. And Mississippi State rushed for 460 yards as a whole in a 54-34 win over Arkansas in Fayetteville.
2nd down and goal for the Bulldogs from the Arkansas 4. Tight end Green attached to the left side of the offensive line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. They hand it to Hill straight ahead. He dives for the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
The voice of the Bulldogs, Neil Price, with a call from Learfield IMG College. The star for the Bulldogs, Kylan Hill, spoke with the SEC Network on the field following the game.
Build a lot of we're not losing the streak. Us guys we got together. We talked about this. And today we were very successful.
Bo Nix passed for a career-high 340 yards and had a 1-yard touchdown run. And the 11th-ranked Tigers of Auburn withstood Ole Miss's final drive to escape with a 20-14 victory on Saturday night on the Plains.
Back to the line of scrimmage. Nix out of the gun. Hands the ball to DJ Williams. He stood up. No, it's Nix around the right side, and he's in for the touchdown. Bo Nix with the touchdown run.
The voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, with a call from the Auburn Sports Network. Brian Edwards caught a school record 59 yards to lead the South Carolina Gamecocks to a 24-7 win over Vanderbilt in Columbia.
It's a blessing. I just got to thank God. Obviously there's been so many great players before me. So, it's a blessing, and I'm humbled, man. It's an honor.
Brian Edwards speaking with the SEC Network on the field about his performance following the game. And that's been a look around the Southeastern Conference from last week. Coming up, we'll preview this weekend's matchups, including a big SEC West showdown in Tuscaloosa.
The best years of your life, that's how college is often described. That flash of time when you set out and start to figure out who and where you were born to be. Trailblazer, risk taker, caretaker. The first time you feel a part of something bigger. And if you're lucky, those best years of your life, they last forever. Here, it just means more.
I think it's going to be a heck of a game. I think it's one of those all-out brawls.
This rivalry has evolved into one of the most bitterly contested in all of college football.
Play action fake again across the middle. Broken free. Touchdown, Alabama.
We're not going to treat this game different than any other game.
This is the next game on our schedule. There'll be bigger games down the road for us.
Burrow on first down, launches near side, man wide open. Jefferson has it at the 4, rolls on into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
We'll be playing, what is the #1 team in the nation, who's playing at a very high level right now.
But we have respect for Alabama. We understand what they do well. We understand what we do well. It's going to be a great game.
Tua stands in. Tua looks near side, wide open, runs. He'll make the grab. He's in. Touchdown, Alabama.
I think our focus needs to be on attention to detail, doing the little things right.
Tigers win! Tigers win!
I think this is going to be a magnificent ball game.
No, I think Tua's going to play. I'd be shocked if he did.
It's why they went to Alabama, and it's why they went to It's for these games of the century moments. It's the game of the century part 2. Alabama and LSU, both undefeated with 8-0 records. LSU 4-0 in the SEC, Alabama 5-0 in the conference, will square off at Tuscaloosa at 2:30 p.m. on CBS this coming Saturday afternoon. It's a big SEC West showdown that has huge implications, obviously, in who's going to represent the West in the SEC championship game, but also who could possibly make the college football playoff. This was once a game like it was in 2011 when these two teams met in Tuscaloosa undefeated. It was all about defense. Both teams were so strong against the run, against the pass. They didn't allow teams in the end zone. Matter of fact, it was a field goal that won it for the LSU Tigers in overtime. But this year, both teams are different offensively. They're averaging over 500 yards apiece. Yes, LSU, 536 yards a game. Alabama, 507. Both offenses obviously have changed. Nick Saban once was stubborn offensively. LSU Tigers were stubborn under Les Miles for so many years, and now all of a sudden Ed Orgeron has realized that to keep pace in this college football world, you have to change things up offensively. Nick Saban stood at the podium this past Monday to preview this game, and it's kind of odd to hear Nick Saban call another team the #1 team in the country.
We're going to be playing, what is the #1 team in the nation, who's playing at a very high level right now, and we're going to be playing, what is the #1 team in the nation, very high level right now, and they're very explosive on offense and still some teams in the country. I think our focus needs to be on attention to detail, doing the little things right, trying to execute the plan against what has been a very good team.
LSU head coach Ed Orgeron this past week very confident going into this game, says he's been looking forward to it, and they'll be playing in bigger games past this one.
We're looking forward to this game, but we're not going to treat this game different than any other game. This is the next game on our schedule. There'll be bigger games down the road for us. But we understand, we have respect for Alabama. We understand what they do well. We understand what we do well. It's going to be a great game.
We could spend hours breaking down this game position by position. We don't have time to do that, but we can tell you this. We have heard reports out of Tuscaloosa that Tua Tagovailoa has a great chance to play in this game. And I think for Alabama to have a great chance to win this game, they really need Tua Tagovailoa. Is he going to be 100%, though? That remains to be seen. Moving along at 11 o'clock on the SEC Network, Western Kentucky at 5-4 taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks, 2-7 overall, 0-6 in the Southeastern Conference from Reynolds Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville. Vanderbilt, 2-6 overall, 1-4 in the SEC, travels to the Swamp to take on the Florida Gators, who are 7-2 overall, 4-2 in SEC play. 11 a.m. is the kickoff on ESPN from Ben Hill Griffin Stadium at Steve Spurrier Field. Now, Derek Mason and the Vanderbilt Commodores are going to be a little bit shorthanded. They're going to be playing a couple of backup quarterbacks. Coach Mason was asked at his press conference this past week if that changes his offense any.
It changes just a little bit because I think both of those guys have a little more mobility, in terms of what it looks like. So, we're going to have to tweak it just a little bit. But, the mainframe of what we do, is still there. I think, with these guys, too, as I've seen both of these guys move around and what they could do, it gives us an opportunity, I believe, to take advantage, of some other options in our offense.
The Ole Miss Rebels will be hosting winless New Mexico State. They're 0-8. Ole Miss 3-6, 2-4 in the league. 3 p.m. is the kickoff on the SEC Network from Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, Hollingsworth Field on the Ole Miss campus in Oxford. Missouri at 5-3, 2-2 in the SEC will be taking on Georgia between the hedges in Athens. The Bulldogs are 7-1 overall, 4-1 in SEC play. 6 o'clock is the kickoff on ESPN from Dooley Field at Sanford Stadium. Head coach Barry Odom of the Missouri Tigers previews the Georgia Bulldogs.
A lot of credit to Georgia and the way that they play. In every area, they're solid, they're strong, they're big, rangy, they can run, they're well coached, and they play very, very aggressively.
The South Carolina Gamecocks will be hosting a very stout Appalachian State team. They're 7-1. The South Carolina Gamecocks 4-5 overall, 3-4 in SEC play. 6 o'clock is the kickoff on ESPN2 from Williams-Brice Stadium in downtown Columbia on the fairgrounds. Tennessee at 4-5 overall, 2-3 in the SEC. They need a win at Kentucky to keep their bowl hopes going. Kentucky 4-4, 2-4 in the SEC. Will be hosting the Volunteers at Kroger Field in Lexington on the SEC Network at 6:30 p.m. Coach Jeremy Pruitt previews the Kentucky game.
This will be a line of scrimmage game. We need to keep edges on the defense. When the ball's out in space, we need to be able to tackle one-on-one. We cannot give up one-on-one, to a blocker defensively. You got to make two guys block you. And we can't let the ball be thrown over our head. So eliminate explosive plays.
Open this week, the Auburn Tigers, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, and the Texas A&M Aggies. Looking at the standings, Georgia sits alone atop the SEC East with a 4-1 record. Alabama at 5-0 is atop the SEC West, but something's got to give this weekend. LSU 4-0 in the SEC. We'll see what happens after that game in Tuscaloosa. This has been a look around the SEC. On SEC Update, I'm Jason Crowder reporting.
Thanks for tuning in to the Saturday End Zone on the Spirit Media Network. The Saturday End Zone is brought to you in part by King's Daughters Medical Center, providing quality health and wellness in a Christian environment. By Mississippi Ag. Ag Up. By CenterPoint Energy. Always there. By Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference. By Pole Chaps of Brandon. Need your business to stand out? Pole Chaps has you covered. By Vans Sporting Goods, online at vansoutdoors.com. Join us again next time right here on the Spirit Media Network.
Owned and operated since 1986, Lakeside Molding has become the trusted source of architectural products throughout the South. They offer fine interior architectural moldings, custom millwork, and cabinet doors designed and handcrafted in Flowwood. Their showroom on Lakeland Drive is stocked with today's most sought-after interior details, including corbels, post, fireplace mantles, bath vanities, butcher block islands, mirrors, and much more. Tim Shoemaker and his staff work closely to meet client needs for new construction, restoration, and remodeling projects. Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference.
We're having a sale at Patty Peck on a brand new Honda Accord LX, and the Honda Pilot is oh so sweet, just $289 a month when you lease, and the value package is super hot. Make your way to Patty Peck and get a free car wash. Get a lifetime powertrain warranty with your new Honda purchase. Break it down, Rita B. I said P-A-T-T-Y, Patty Peck, Honda's #1. I said P-A-T-T-Y. Shop now at pattypeckhonda.com.
Need your business to stand out and pop? Then it's time to visit Polshap's Screen Print and Embroidery in Brandon. Polshaps can custom design your marketing campaigns with custom screen printing, embroidery, and promotional materials that set you apart from the competition. Speaking of setting apart, Polshaps does all their work in-house from start to finish. No outsourcing, meaning faster turnaround time and lower prices for you, the customer. Visit Polshaps.com to find out more and get started on standing out.
Your man cave is a lie. It's not a masculine refuge, it's a basement in your wife's house. Caves don't have frilly craft store signs. Yell about it. In your man cave, no one can hear you scream.
Wake up! Head upstairs and get to B-Dubs, where the kegerators are just called taps, the wall color is TVs, and the wings taste like freedom. Also, your friends actually like coming here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
We welcome you back here to Scott Central Attendance Center as the 2A playoffs continue here in this first round. We've got a good one here tonight, 6-6. Bay Springs able to get a fumble recovery for a touchdown to tie this thing up at 6 apiece. The underdog Bulldogs giving it all they can here, and we're tied up at the half. Scott Central will kick off to Bay Springs to start the second half. Chris McDonald will join me. Newman Kazari running camera, braving the elements. Jeff Ead running sideline. Logan Campbell here in the press box with us as well. 6-6 here at the half. We take a 3-minute break, come back with the second half kickoff here on the Spirit Media Network.
You're more than a patient at KDMC. You're family, worthy of kindness, compassion, and respect. King's Daughters Medical Center, caring for our community like no one else can.
The Outdoorsman Tractor Package is here at Mississippi Ag. Choose a 3 Series John Deere tractor tailored to your horsepower needs and get all the attachments you require for the fall in one convenient package, including a loader, disc, and spreader starting at $315 a month. And as always, you get it all covered by our 10-year warranty. With 0% financing for 60 months, it's a deal that is sure to help you get your food plots ready for the season. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires 10/31/19.
The Mississippi National Credentialing Initiative, or MNCE, is a collaboration between the Mississippi Community College Board and the 15 Mississippi Community Colleges. The MNCE provides opportunities for students enrolled in credited career and technical education programs to receive national certifications. The premise of the MNCE is to connect education and industry for an improved Mississippi workforce. Students with national certifications often earn more than their counterparts without a certification. Visit mccb.edu for more information regarding the MNCE and career and technical education programs that lead to national certifications.
A smile is one of the first things most people notice. And for over a decade, Germany Dental has helped change smiles for thousands of people across Mississippi.
I was so embarrassed about my teeth that I never smiled. But now that I have dental implants and cosmetic veneers from Germany Dental, I can't stop smiling. My decision to see Dr. Germany literally changed my life.
Germany Dental, changing lives, one smile at a time. Call 601-825-4746 today.
Need your business to stand out and pop? Then it's time to visit Polshap's Screen Print and Embroidery in Brandon. Polshaps can custom design your marketing campaigns with custom screen printing, embroidery, and promotional materials that set you apart from the competition. Speaking of setting apart, Polshaps does all their work in-house from start to finish. No outsourcing, meaning faster turnaround time and lower prices for you, the customer. Visit Polshaps.com to find out more and get started on standing out.
Welcome back here, Scott Central Attendance Center, our KDMC Mississippi Ag Game of the Week, as we're here in the first round of the Class 2A playoffs. And the winner of this game will move on to the second round next week. 6-6 right now, as we've got a good one on tap for you, for all of you watching on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube Live, and online at spiritmedianet.com. Jason Scarborough alongside Chris McDonald. And what did you see there in that first half for both sides that if you're the coach, you're like, okay, we can build on this in the second half? What did you see? Let's start with Scott Central.
Scott Central, both teams really playing good defense. It hasn't been Bay Springs' defense that's really, or it's been their defense, not their offense,
right,
that has really turned the tide in this game and kind of even things out.
Yeah,
it's been their defense and special teams.
Yeah, and for Scott Central, I mean, of course, you know, Wash has got to be the playmaker. He's got to be the one to get the offense on track. We really thought that was a safety there in that first half, but then Bay Springs comes up with a fumble recovery on the next play. Wash is going to have to get untracked in the second half for Scott Central to win this game, no doubt.
Yes, you're right, Jason. We saw a little bit of it next to last series that Scott Central had. He had that big run where he got upfield 15, 20 yards, he's going to have more plays like that. He's got to be more aggressive in that passing game and get the ball where it needs to be, or either get rid of it or go. Run upfield with it, because he's held on to it too long, and it did cost him big, cost him 6 points.
37 degrees here as we are nearing the end of halftime, as it'll be Scott Central kicking to Bay Springs to start the second half. Both teams continuing to warm up. Bay Springs has made their way to the sideline. Scott Central continues to warm up. We'll step aside one final time before we get set for the second half. Come back in 60 seconds here on the Spirit Media Network.
What if you really could have it all?
At Exit Realty,
We believe in making dreams
come true.
We believe
the home you want
is right there.
is right there.
And we'll help you find it.
Thoroughly trained, passionately committed
And always on your side.
You can count on us.
every step of the way. And you thought we just sold real estate.
We are Exit Realty. Think smart.
Think Exit.
You're more than a patient at KDMC. You're family, worthy of kindness, compassion, and respect. King's Daughters Medical Center, caring for our community like no one else can.
Welcome you back as we get set. Scott Central will kick deep to Bay Springs to start this second half. We're all knotted up at 6 apiece. A good chance for us to talk about Ty Jones. We were just talking with the public address announcer here in the press box for Scott Central. Ty Jones, the freshman super sensation for Bay Springs, is out. We were told right before the ball game that there's a good chance that he wouldn't play. Injury to one of his ankles, if not both. And just he didn't want to chance it. Young kid, future is bright. Already being recruited by Mississippi State and Ole Miss. So we have not seen him tonight. Probably not going to see him for the remaining 2 quarters here tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect to see him and risk injury if Bay Springs can pull off a win here.
So let's see what the Bulldog offense can do as their defense, as Chris mentioned there at the halftime intermission. Their defense that has them tied up with Scott Central, the favored team, defending 2A champ. As Perotti going to kick off here. Toes it, end over end kick. Going to be bobbled here by Ruffin, but picks it up and goes far side. Now reverses his field, comes near side, and he's got some pasture. Ruffin breaks a tackle. He's to midfield, hurdles a man. Patrick, and down at the 47-yard line in Scott Central territory. And on the KDMC replay, Chris, he ran about 150 yards all told for a great return here for Bay Springs.
Yeah, especially off of a bobbled reception here. And he's just going to – nice little cutback right here. And, man, he turns upfield, breaks a few tackles. It's a great return.
So let's see what Bay Springs can do again without Ty Jones, the super freshman tonight. Double wing set for your quarterback, Adrian Cole. Going to turn in hand, right side. Plenty of pasture here for Stubbs, right side. Mississippi Ag first down and more near the 30-yard line. And what a start for Bay Springs. The big kickoff return and now the big run. Here on the KDMC replay, you see a big run. Great blocking by the offensive line. A shout-out to the offensive lineman for you.
That's right. And this is a little counter. He's going to go back the opposite way. All the line went to the left. He goes to the right. And just, man, I love it. They're being aggressive on the ground right out of the gate.
1st and 10, just shy of the 30, about the 31-yard line. Ball on the far hash for Bay Springs. Double wing set again for Cole. Cole turns, left side, coming is Wilson, tackled in the backfield. Back at around the 35-yard line. And coming up to make the tackle is number 22, Michael Patrick.
Yeah, it's a great job by Patrick here. Just sheds that block and gets in the backfield, gets a running back before he can get anywhere.
Loss of about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 13. So place it down at the 36-yard line. Tied up at 6 apiece. First round of the Class 2A playoffs. Defending champ Scott Central here in a fight with Bay Springs. Cole under center. Going to play action. Rolls right, throws, and it's going to be incomplete. And looks like Ruffin wanted interference. It was a poorly thrown football. I don't think Ruffin really had much of a shot at coming up with it. Looks like it came out of his hand kind of funny.
Yeah, they're going to step back. He had plenty of time to throw this ball.
And I think Ruffin might have just dropped it. Maybe?
Maybe. It's hard to tell there. But as a quarterback, you got that much time to throw. You got to make sure the ball's where you want it to be. Here we go. Here's another replay.
Yeah, it's a cold night, and when it's cold, that ball it's hard to hang on to as well. Back to live action, handoff to Stubbs going right side. He's fighting for yardage, gets to the 30, maybe the 29-yard line. He's going to be well short of the first down, but you got to think Coach Brady going to say, you know what, we're not going to kick a field goal from here. We're going to go for it.
Yeah, down, looks like the 29-yard line. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
So 4th down and 6 is what we'll call it. Right inside the 30-yard line, and they will go for it. Play clock at 19 seconds. Opening possession here of this second half. We're tying up at 6 apiece. Glad that you're with us here tonight. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, online at spiritmedianet.com, no matter where you're watching. Cole, play action. He's back to pass. Has a man and is tipped away and nearly intercepted by Perotti. Boy, he has been all over the field tonight. And between him and Wells, he's got to be the defensive MVP so far.
He has that, I believe, is his 3rd pass breakup tonight. Had another good shot at maybe hauling that one in as well.
The intended receiver looks like that might have been, could have been Horn, I think, was the intended receiver. So the Bay Springs defense will have to come up with another play here as Scott Central takes over on offense. Still tied at 6 apiece here. 9:40 here in this 3rd quarter. Scott Central defending 2A champ. And don't forget, we fail to remind folks of this. They can watch the replay on our Roku channel. Just download our Roku TV channel, Spirit Live, and watch the replay of the game from the comfort of your own home. Here's a handoff and fighting for yardage. Still on his feet fighting across the 30. It's going to be Vivians. Minimal gain on the play to bring up 2nd down and long.
Yeah, he's just going to keep churning, but he's not going to get much on this. The defensive line just, man, they've been stout all night and haven't really allowed much by Scott Central.
Give credit to Newell and Holder getting there and standing up that offensive line so the linebackers could come in. Empty backfield here for Trayon Wash. He's in the shotgun formation now, sends Patrick in motion. Face to Patrick. He's going to keep left side, and Newell is there and tackles him for a loss and pulls him down.
Yeah, Newell's going to just step in the hole here and just stand him up as soon as he tries to go through. And Scott Central's just not able to produce anything on offense so far the second half.
3rd down, and we'll call it right at 10. Basically no gain on 2 plays. Shotgun once again for Wells. He's going to send twins to the left. Now send Patrick in motion. Little pop pass to Patrick. Patrick's got some room, and the hole closes fairly quickly as he gets across the 35. Fighting for the 36. Going to be well short of the first down. They'll give him the 37. But it's going to be punting time once again for Scott Central. And once again, this Bay Springs defense, this Bulldog defense, they've been impressive.
Yeah, just, you know, they're completely controlling the line of scrimmage. Every time there's a hole, they've closed it up. It's just great defensive play. Something about this team.
Perotti going to punt it away, standing at about his 22-yard line. Ruffin around the 34, going to take this one in. Perotti comes forward, nearly has it blocked. High kick. Bulldogs going to let it bounce. Sideways bounce at the 40. Going to be touched dead at the 38-yard line. And that's where Bay Springs will take over for the second time here in the second half with 7:23 in the third quarter. I kind of like these old school rock'em sock'em. You talked about power football. That's what we've got here tonight in the 2A playoffs.
It's been just that. Both teams are well matched, and Bay Springs just got the better of the deal so far tonight.
1st and 10 here for the Bulldogs. Once again, Cole going to set him down in a wingback formation to the near side. Cole turns, hands to Wilson left side, trying to find a block. Gets a yard, maybe 2, and that's it. Yards are tough to come by. Coming up to make the tackle there was Darian Bobbitt.
Yeah, good job by the defense. Once again, this time it's Scott Central's defense just closing off the hole as soon as it opened up.
2nd down and 9. Tied at 6 apiece. Bay Springs, their touchdown coming on a fumble return for a touchdown. Here's Stubbs, right side with a big hole. Across the 45, close to the 46. It'll put Bay Springs in a manageable 3rd down coming up.
Great run off tackle here by Stubbs. Just keeps churning. That's the one thing I love about their running backs. All of them just keep their feet moving and keep going north and south.
3rd down and 3. Give credit. Jay-Sean Huddleston, the right tackle, and Christopher Newell, the right guard, for opening that hole there. I didn't see a penalty. Maybe I missed it. So the PA announcer says a helmet malfunction with one of the players. Perotti gets his helmet fixed and trots back onto the field. Got to have him on the field for 3rd down. He's been everywhere tonight.
He has been their defensive stud so far tonight.
3rd and 3 for Bay Springs. Double wing sent once again for Adrian Cole, your quarterback. Turns and hands to Stubbs, right side. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and pushes forward. Now, I don't think he got the 1st down. He's going to be short by about a yard, maybe 2. And give credit to this Scott Central defense coming up with a stop here.
Yeah, it looks like about a yard, maybe even less. 4th and 1, yeah.
Elijah Robinson closing off the play there. And I do see Peyton, who is their punter. I got to tell you, I would almost go forward here. I would. I mean, it's less than a yard, maybe. A yard or less, let's say that. At least a yard. Peyton's going to stand back. Oh, they do fake it. They fake punt. And a big gain off the right side for the Mississippi Ag. 1st down. And they fake it to guess who? The quarterback, Adrian Cole, as you look at the KDMC replay.
This was beautiful. The punter is going to act like it's a high snap, and I mean, just he doesn't even go touch till he gets 10 yards upfield, 10, 15 yards upfield.
How about that? A big run inside the 35 to the 34. Special teams. Had a big special teams play in the first half for Scott Central, a block punt that resulted on that drive for Scott Central. They cashed in on it for the touchdown. Now a big play here on special teams for Bay Springs. Handoff to Wilson left side. Gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. And one thing that Bay Springs that they're doing, old school football, but they're keeping that clock running and keeping Wash and offense for Scott Central off the field.
Yeah, they're trying to wear down the Scott Central defense. And they keep doing this, and they're going to wear down. They're not going to be able to hold.
2nd down and 9. Only gave him a yard on that play. Double wing set once again. Man in motion is Ruffin. Hand off to Stubbs, right side. Stubbs in trouble and tackled for a loss. As Perotti gets there along with Patrick, and it's going to be a loss. And now the Bulldogs behind the chains here. 3rd and long coming up.
How many times have we called Perotti's name tonight?
A
Just
billion.
all over it.
He's everywhere. Special teams, defense. 3rd and 11 coming up here for the Bulldogs. Clock continues to roll as we approach 4 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter on a cold November night. Everybody's shaking their head at that. Yep, it is cold, no matter where you are. 3rd and 11, Cole under center. Hand off to Stubbs. And Stubbs going to get down to the 30, so he's going to cut that 3rd and 11 in half possibly. And now Perotti has a helmet malfunction again, and he's going to have to check out here. They're going to say, you know what? We'll just give you another helmet. But he's got to check out here for this play. 4th down, and what do you think, Chris? Closer to about 6?
I'd say about 6.
They're going to go for it. And Coach Cooper says, nope, we need Perotti on the field, so we're going to call a timeout. Big play coming up here. Another 4th down decision for Coach Brady with Bay Springs. 4th and 6 coming up in a tie ball game, 6 apiece. We're back in 30 seconds on the Spirit Media Network.
The Outdoorsman Tractor Package is here at Mississippi Ag. Choose a 3 Series John Deere tractor tailored to your horsepower needs and get all the attachments you require for the fall in one convenient package, including a loader, disc, and spreader starting at $315 a month. And as always, you get it all covered by our 10-year warranty. With 0% financing for 60 months, it's a deal that is sure to help you get your food plots ready for the season. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires 10/31/19.
4th down, and it looks like Bay Springs, at least it appears, Chris, are going to go for it. What would you dial up here if you're Coach Brady?
Ooh, I think you got to maybe a sweep, maybe a jet sweep.
No, jet sweep, huh?
To the far side, well, I guess the near side of the field for us.
And you can't fault him here for going for it. I mean, you're on the plus side of the 50. You're right outside the 30. You're not going to kick a field goal here. Turning hand here to Wilson. He's not anywhere close to the 1st down. And going to be stopped here. As coming up to make the tackle is, looks like number 55, Waylon Krim.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the play call here. I like the going for it. I like to stay in aggressive. But I think you got to try to get to the outside where you've made most of your runs tonight.
So Scott Central going to take over at their own 29-yard line. 3 minutes, 49 seconds here in this 3rd quarter. Still tied at 6 apiece. Scott Central, their touchdown cashed in with a short field after a blocked punt there in the 1st half. Bay Springs, a fumble recovery for their touchdown. So a pop pass coming near side on the end around to Patrick. Straight armor. Stiff arm there, and it's going to be pushed out of bounds across the 35 near the 37. Good gain on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd down for Scott Central.
Scott Central's got to. This is a great play here on this, little, like you said, little pop pass to the outside. Works his way through. Nice little game, but they're going to have to get some momentum going here.
I think you got to get the ball in Patrick's hands. He's really been the best offensive player for Scott Central so far tonight. When he gets to the edge, he's very difficult to bring down. And it showed great speed tonight. 2nd and 3 for Scott Central. They're on 37-yard line. Wells is in the game at running back. Flank to the left shoulder of Wash. Going to turn and hand to Wells. Wells right side looking for the Mississippi Ag 1st down, and he's got it to the 41, maybe the 42-yard line. And the Rebels move the chains and keep this possession alive here late in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Scott Central, it's a great run here. Boy, he's a big boy to bring down.
Scored the only touchdown of the night for Scott Central. After blocking the punt that led to that touchdown, and Wells going to take the handoff left side here. Lowers his shoulder, still on his feet. Wells left side for 3, maybe 4 yards. Going to go out of bounds on the far side around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he's going to do a good job here at breaking a couple tackles on his way around. Almost gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 6 coming up for Scott Central. Going to send trips to the near side. Patrick is in the formation to the near side. Wells going to remain in the game at running back. To the left shoulder of Wash. Wash takes the shotgun snap, fakes it to Wells. He's going to keep it himself. Left side has the first down. Mississippi Ag first down inside Bay Springs territory to the 45-yard line. And back-to-back first downs now for the Rebels.
Yeah, this is the kind of play you need Wash to make for you. And he hasn't really done it much tonight, but real elusive once he gets out, once he gets going. Great job there to work through the line and get a good first down there.
Timeout on the field. We will take it with him with 1:44 to go here in this third quarter of play. 6-6. What a ball game here in the 2A playoffs on the Spirit Media Network.
Before digging in my yard, I always call 811 to have my utility lines marked. To avoid service interruptions or injury. As CenterPoint Energy says, it's better to call 811 now than 911 later. And if I suspect a gas leak, I leave the area immediately on foot and call CenterPoint Energy and 911 from a safe, remote location. Really?
CenterPoint Energy invests in its infrastructure to help keep you safe. CenterPoint Energy. Always there.
Welcome you back to Scott Central. 6-6. Bay Springs and Scott Central tied up here. First round of the 2A playoffs here in Scott County. 1st and 10 for the Rebels at the Bulldog 45-yard line. Wash with the play clock down to 16. He's got trips to the near side. Shotgun snap. Wash going to keep it around the left side. Has some blockers out in front. Gets to the 40, possibly the 38. And a good gain here on first down for Wash. They might give him the 37. And it'll bring up 2nd down and short for Scott County.
Yeah, back to doing what he's got to do. He's going to do a good job at just pushing this line.
I'm just calling him Scott County, by the way. Says Scott Central. Either one, right? Either one fits? Sure. 2nd and 3. It's cold. 4 receivers set here for Wells. Flank to the right shoulder of Wash. Wash, your quarterback, going to keep near side. Got some blockers in front. He's got the Mississippi Ag first down. So Scott Central offensively has some rhythm for the first time tonight, using Patrick, Wells, and now Wash coming right side.
Yeah, you're going to see a good job by Wash here to stay behind his blocker, put his hand out and get what he could. Great first down.
1st and 10 now for Scott Central. Inside the 35 down to the 33 of Bay Springs. Clock rolling. 47 seconds and counting here in this third quarter. Still tied at 6 apiece. What a ball game here tonight. Opening round of the Class 2A playoffs. Wash looks to the sideline for his play. 3 seconds on the play clock. Sends Patrick in motion. Patrick, hesitation, takes a handoff, and he is spun down right at the line of scrimmage. Great open field tackle here by Anthony Newell for Bay Springs.
Yeah, Patrick just couldn't get much. We've seen him all night. We alluded to it earlier. He is just hard to bring down once he gets in the open field.
Newell, by the way, a freshman. Just saying. Freshmen and sophomores on both sides of the ball. It's been pretty impressive here tonight. And what an impressive showing by both teams through 3 quarters. We are tied at 6 apiece, heading to the 4th and final quarter. We're back in 60 seconds on the Spirit Media Network.
Like hunting or fishing, Van Sporting Goods is a tradition that's been passed down through the generations. Since 1992, Mississippi's hunters have come to Vans to gear up for their favorite seasons. And this season is no different. You can't miss with the Leupold Optics. And find the perfect fit for the largest gun selection in Mississippi, featuring Browning, Benelli, Winchester, and more, plus accessories that take your outings to the next level. Van Sporting Goods, a name you know as well as your own.
Family owned and operated since 1986, Lakeside Molding has become the trusted source of architectural products throughout the South. They offer fine interior architectural moldings, custom millwork, and cabinet doors designed and handcrafted in Flowwood. Their showroom on Lakeland Drive is stocked with today's most sought-after interior details, including corbels, post, fireplace mantles, bath vanities, butcher block islands, mirrors, and much more. Tim Shoemaker and his staff work closely to meet client needs for new construction, restoration, and remodeling projects. Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference.
Back with you here as we open the fourth and final quarter here at Scott Central Attendance Center. The Rebels in a fight with the Bulldogs. We're tied at 6 apiece. Bay Springs, a visiting team. Scott Central on the move, though, 2nd and 10. Just outside the 30-yard line. Wash your quarterback in the shotgun formation as we open the fourth quarter. Hands off to Wells, right side. Wells finds it a tough sledding off to the right side there. Minimal gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and long for the Rebels now.
Yeah, what? Okay, well, Wells, he looks like he almost may have slipped a little bit. As we alluded to earlier, that field's a little damp.
Oh, the cold and moisture over the last week or so. 3rd down and 8. Trips to the near side for Wash, your quarterback. Going to hand to Wells. Wells gets away from a tackler in the backfield. Gets the corner left side down the sideline. And popped out of bounds just outside the 10. Inside the KDMC red zone with the Mississippi Ag first down. And Chris, he was nearly tackled in the backfield.
Yeah, this was a good. He's for a guy his size, he's very fast. He just made that turn that corner and just turn on the afterburners, man.
They're going to spot him right at the 15-yard line. So the KDMC red zone, the Rebels knocking on the door here to open this fourth quarter. Shotgun formation once again here for Wash, your quarterback. Has Wells still in the ball game to his left shoulder. Popped as soon as he lets it go, and it's a fumble. No, they're going to say incomplete. As Wash was absolutely drilled in the back. And, oh, goodness, I'd love to see a replay on that. Was that a forward pass? Ooh, I don't know.
No, that's a fumble.
That's a fumble.
Nobody ever picked up the defensive end coming off the edge.
Oh, I think that's a fumble, guys. He was absolutely leveled. It'll go down as an incomplete pass, but Chris, I got to tell you, I think that's a fumble.
Yeah, his arm wasn't.
His arm was not going forward.
They got away with one there.
Rebels catch a break here, 2nd and 10. Wash in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, going to keep it himself up the middle. He's popped again, but stretching forward for additional yards. Inside the 10, maybe to the 9. Gain of close to 6 yards. It'll be 3rd down coming up for the Rebels.
Yeah, good job getting in there. He's going to get, looks like he's down about the 9. Great job at getting some yardage there, making this a 3rd and manageable.
3rd down, we'll call it a long 4. Inside the 10-yard line. Play clock down at 17 seconds for Scott Central. Now Wash has Robinson to his right shoulder, and he's got Vivians to his left. Wash going to hand off to Robinson right side. Robinson close to the Mississippi Ag first down, but I think he's going to be short by about a yard. Bay Springs says that they have a fumble recovery, and the officials say nope, he's down. I never saw the ball come loose there. Bay Springs says they had another fumble recovery. It's going to be 4th and 1. And, of course, Scott Central going to go for it. These are the moments you hope for when you call a ball game, to come down to these moments in a fantastic ball game. Both teams have played so hard tonight. Still a lot of football left. Inside 10 minutes and counting. And Scott Central play clock down to 11 seconds. Wash trying to get everybody set. He's in the backfield with 2 running backs. Again, play clock down to 4. And now you're going to have a timeout by Bay Springs. Coach Brady did not like the way that the defense was set. So they want to get the defense set and try to come up with a big 4th down stop here. We'll step aside during the timeout. Back in 30 seconds here on the Spirit Media Network.
Griffin Family Medical Clinic is your family's choice for medical treatment. Griffin Family Medical Clinic offers an array of preventative, diagnostic, and treatment services, including annual wellness exams, pediatric care, school physicals, and family practice. Nurse practitioner Marianne Griffin and her staff will make your family feel right at home from the first visit to the last appointment. We're located on the corner of Highway 80 and Highway 43 in Pelahatchie. Call today for your appointment at 601-854-8002. Griffin Family Medical Clinic. Our family's job is to make yours feel better.
Back with you here at Scott Central as the Rebels facing a 4th down and 1 inside the Bay Springs Bulldogs 10-yard line. Bay Springs burning a timeout moments ago to get their defense aligned. Big play in this ball game as we're knotted up at 6 apiece. Glad that you're watching with us tonight. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, SpiritMediaNet.com, no matter where you're watching. Thanks for staying warm wherever you are, hopefully. Here's a snap to Wells. Wells jumps forward, and he's got the first down, but you do have a flag. And it's going to be false start against Scott Central. Wow.
Wow, that's going to come back to bite them.
Goodness. False start against Scott Central. It's going to take it from 4th and 1 to 4th and 6. And Wells, he had the first down easily. A la Deuce once again. You look at the KDMC replay, he had it by at least a yard. So,
yeah, I didn't catch who they called it on.
He's going to back it up. Let's see, just looks like right at the 10-yard line. So 4th down and 6. The Bay Springs defense once again looking to come up with a big stop. Scott Central looking to convert here, keep the chains moving. Wells on the direct snap is going to be tackled in the backfield. The Bulldogs do it again. And the turnover on downs as Wells took the direct snap. Chris, it looks like there was a little confusion there because when he took the direct snap, it looked like he hesitated just a bit. I don't know if he was waiting for a blocker to clear.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but it looked like, I believe, Eddie Payton got in there and got the tackle.
So Bay Springs is going to take over on offense.
Yeah, it looks like somebody may have missed a block on that outside and it closed up, and he kind of hesitated. He didn't know exactly where to go.
So a turnover on downs with 9:17 here in this ball game. 6-6, still your score. Cole is going to operate from the shotgun. Hands off to Wilson left side. Wilson with a couple of blocks in front of him. Manages to squeeze off maybe 2, maybe 3 yards. Second down coming up for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bay Springs trying to go back to working the outside of that line, which I think is probably the best bet on their part. They've had a lot of success on the outside.
Inside 9 minutes now in this 4th and final quarter. Again, if you're just joining us, Bay Springs, they're 6, coming on a fumble recovery for a touchdown right before the intermission. Scott Central blocked a punt earlier in the ball game and cashed it in for points as here's Wilson cashing in for a Mississippi Ag first down off the left side. And the Bulldogs move the chains and keep the drive alive.
This is going to be a great run. Once again, going back to that outside where they've had a lot of success. Break a couple tackles, and he's off to the races.
Gets across the 30, 35, out to the 36. Bulldogs moving now with 8:33 here in this 4th and final quarter. Receiver comes out to the near side, Horn. It looks like you've got Ruffin to the left. Horn in motion. They're going to turn in hand. Right side with a lot of room in front. Following his blockers, Mississippi Ag first down for number 22. Actually, that's 25. The eyesight is going. That's Wilson again off the right side. Couldn't see the number from here. Mississippi Ag first down.
And Jalen Wells grabs a hold of him and saved probably another 10 yards. on that play.
1st and 10, right at the midfield stripe. Ticking down towards 8 minutes to go in this ball game. And to be such a low-scoring ball game, you've had several big plays. I know that sounds crazy when you see only 12 combined points, but you've had some big plays on special teams and defense. Here's Wilson. Looks like they might have gotten away with a face mask there as he spins to midfield. No gain. We'll call it 2nd down. Actually, they gave him a yard. 2nd down and 9 coming up. As Wilson able to elude the tackler in the backfield.
Yeah, I was going to say they got him and actually had him for about a 2-yard loss. Great job of him. He spun away and managed to fall across the line for about a yard.
So Wilson, well over 100 carries on the season now. He's been the bell cow tonight. Came in with 93 carries. He's well over that. Well over 100 now. Shotgun formation for Cole on a 2nd and 9. Hands off to Wilson, left side. Not much doing. Cut down after a yard, maybe 2-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, like I said, they've had more success outside the guards rather than inside. I understand you got to mix it up, but outside's been working pretty well so far this drive.
6 minutes, 37 seconds and counting. 3rd down and 8. Receivers left and right for Cole. Takes a shotgun snap. He's back to pass. Pressure coming. Rolls to his right. Cole throws at the last minute and is caught. And he's going to be close to the Mississippi Ag 1st down, but I think he's going to be about a yard shy. On the reception is Quadarius Horn, the senior wideout. His 5th catch of the year. It's going to be 4th down and maybe 1 after they spot it. He needs the 40. They're going to say 4th and 2. Oh, goodness.
I think maybe it was a bad spot. I think it should have been about a yard up.
About the 41. You're going to spot it at the 42. I thought it was closer to the 40. 4th and 2. And it looks like Bay Springs, they're going to go for it. Horn comes out wide to the right. Ruffin's going to be in motion, and you're going to have a timeout by Coach Brady. That's their 2nd of the half. 6:22 to go here in this 4th and final quarter. Tied up at 6 apiece. Decision time once again. How many times have we said that tonight? We're back in 30 seconds here on the Spirit Media Network. Back with you here at Scott Central Attendance Center here in Forest, Mississippi. Tonight's first round 2A playoff game between Scott Central and Bay Springs, tied up at 6 apiece. Bay Springs just took their 2nd timeout. And a 4th and 2 looks like, at least for now, they're going for it, Chris. 4th and 2 just outside the Scott Central 40. Cole is in the shotgun. He's going to turn and hand to Wilson left side and close to the 1st down. It's going to depend on the spot. Line judge on the far side says he got the 1st down. And it was oh so close when you look at the KDMC replay.
I mean, he just barely gets the nose of the football over.
He took a lick right when he got to the 40 as well. And speaking of as well, taking a hit, it was Wells on the hit. And they put it right at the 40. Mississippi Ag 1st down, keeps the chains moving. As we tick down towards 6 minutes here in this 4th and final quarter. What a ball game. Couldn't ask for a better game. Defensive slugfest, cold. Field has taken a beating from the rain. Now we've got a flag here from the line judge on the near side. We'll check the marker. So we've had a blocked punt, fumble recovery for a touchdown. And let's give credit to the officials. A well-officiated game so far.
Yeah, it has been. This has just been a not a lot of the main thing we've seen is false starts and a few little mental errors.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been a clean game.
It has been. 1st and 15, the penalty was false start against Bay Springs. And again, we go back to the first half talking about the penalties with the Bulldogs. Is Cole going to take the snap going left side? Cole trying to pick and choose his way. Gets a yard, maybe 2. Looks like they're going to spot him at the 44. That'll be a gain of 1 yard. 2nd and 14 coming up for the Bay Springs Bulldogs as time becomes a factor now as we tick down towards 5 minutes here in this contest. Tied up at 6 apiece.
Yeah, Bay Springs is going to have to be – they're going to have to continue to stay aggressive with just under 5 minutes in a tied 6-6 ball game.
2nd and 14 for the Bulldogs. Cole has worked a little more from the shotgun on this drive than he has previous drives. Handoff to Wilson left side. Picks up a block down the far sideline and absolutely popped as he gets down the left sideline. Picks up a lot of that penalty yardage back as he gets to the 38-yard line. It'll still be 3rd down and long, but more manageable now for Bay Springs.
Yeah, and you know they're going to go for it. So really they're going to have 2 shots at getting the first down here. Speaking of shots, he takes one right there going out of bounds.
That's Wells again. He's been everywhere. Perotti and Wells, they've had monster ball games tonight. Those young men, nothing to hang their heads about no matter how this ball game turns out. 3rd down and 8, just inside the 40. Now Cole goes under center with a double wing set. Play clock down to 3 seconds. He loses the football. There's a fumble. A fumble, and Scott Central says that they have it. Let's wait on the signal from the official, and they do. Just a simple mishap on the exchange. Center to quarterback, and Cole looks like he pulled out early without the football and just lost it, and Patrick came up with a fumble recovery.
Yeah, he never got a clean snap from the center. It looks like he may have just pulled out early.
2nd fumble recovery for Patrick, the junior linebacker. Now Scott Central will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line with 3:52 remaining in the ball game. Big defensive play here for the Rebels. Wash your quarterback. Looks like that's Wells in the backfield with him once again. Wash got to keep on the quarterback keeper near side, and he's cut down in the backfield. What a tackle. As coming up to make the plays, the freshman Anthony Newell, and there's a flag down. This could be a hold or a block in the back. It's going to be a hold against Scott Central. Looks like they're going to get number 12, Owsley, the junior wideout, with the hold, and that's the guilty party.
Yeah, it looked like it's definitely to the outside of that play.
So the hold going to move it back inside the 30. So 1st and 20 now for Scott Central. So they get the turnover, but then commit the penalty on the hold. 1st and 20 for the Rebels. Wash your quarterback. Trips to the near side, one wide receiver to the far side. And off to Wells coming left side. Wells is met in the backfield and swarmed inside the 25. Peyton, among others, getting there first. Give credit also to Denham Holder. Another loss on the play for Scott Central.
Wow, they're just going to beat the blocks here. And Wells has nowhere to go.
Give credit to, we've called his name a bunch already tonight. Number 18, Anthony Newell, the freshman for Bay Springs.
It's freshman galore.
All over the place, man. Inside 3 minutes to go here in this ball game now. What a ball game we've got. 6-6, first round of the Class 2A playoffs. 2nd and 25 now. Wash in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Rolls right. Looks downfield. Steps up and now pops it over and has a man caught. Shy of the 40-yard line. Kind of a pop pass. over the top of the defense is caught by number 4, Macbeth. Shy of the 40-yard line. It'll still be 3rd down and long, but he got 15 of that yardage back.
He just kind of lobs this one out
Just
there.
kind of a lob, wasn't it?
Hats off to the receiver for going up for it.
3rd down and 10.
That's a scary position to be in as a receiver, to put yourself up like that.
Approaching 2 minutes here in this ball game. Tied up at 6 apiece. 3rd and 10. Wash, your quarterback, takes a shotgun snap. Quick pass, far side. Caught by Macbeth and tackled immediately. And guess who? The freshman, number 18, Anthony Newell, once again.
It's going to be a good job of the receiver to get across the line here, as that's almost knocked down.
This Newell kid he diagnosed the play beautifully and came up with the stop.
He managed to get away from that block and get to that receiver.
1:32, clock rolling. Late player on the field here for Scott Central, checking into the formation. And I think we're going to have a flag that comes in from the official. 1:15, and it is going to be a flagging at Scott Central. Going to be a illegal substitution. Owsley ran on the field late and getting an eyeball from Coach Cooper here. So now they're going to move it back to the 35. So when Perotti punts, his heels are going to be at the 20. Returning this punt here is Ruffin for Bay Springs. He's going to scoot up to around his own 40-45 yard line. Officials get it all set. 1:15. Now the clock rolls. Tie ball game, 6 apiece. Perotti awaiting on the snap. Play clock down to 12 seconds. Looks like Scott Central says, hey, we want to give you as least amount of time as we possibly can. Perotti comes forward. Kind of a wobbler. Going to take a Scott Central bounce at the 40 and then roll dead without anyone touching it at the 36-yard line. So 47 seconds. Bay Springs, 1 timeout. Tied up at 6 apiece. And Bay Springs, for those that did not join us, Chris, the KDMC pregame, the Bulldogs have won 3 in a row over Scott Central. So we talked about many teams would be intimidated by the Rebels. Bay Springs not one of those teams. They ended Scott Central's season in 2016. Devin Cooper takes over, wins the state championship last year, defending champs on the ropes here tonight.
Yeah, they like I said, offensively, Bay Springs has done such a great job on defense at corralling this Scott Central offense.
Mm-hmm. So what Bay Springs elects to do, you definitely don't want to make a mistake here if you're Bay Springs. If you're Scott Central, you're hoping to come up with a game-ending turnover for a score. Bulldogs in the double wing set. Play clock down to 2 seconds. And I think he just kneeled it.
He did. Looks like they're going to play for overtime.
Oh, overtime in the playoffs. I love it. It's great. Hey, these are the kind of games you live to call. Tied up in the playoffs, 6-6 game, defensive battle. Defending champ battling to move forward and defend the crown. Cole's going to take another knee. And folks, guess what? We are headed to overtime. And with that, we will step aside. Tell you what, Logan. No, we're gonna have to get a break in here. So, tell you what, let's do this. We'll step aside let's take a 2-minute break here. And we will get some clarification on overtime rules here. As the coaches are meeting, we'll tell you who's going to get the football first. Headed to overtime here, 6-6. Scott Central and Bay Springs back in 2 minutes on the Spirit Media Network.
is a lie. It's not a masculine refuge, it's a basement in your wife's house. Caves don't have frilly craft store signs. Yell about it. In your man cave, no one can hear you scream. Wake up! Head upstairs and get to B-dubs, where the kegerators are just called taps. The wall color is TVs, and the wings taste like freedom. Also, your friends actually like coming here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
You're more than a patient at KDMC. You're family, worthy of kindness, compassion, and respect. King's Daughters Medical Center, caring for our community like no one else can.
The Outdoorsman Tractor Package is here at Mississippi Ag. Choose a 3 Series John Deere tractor tailored to your horsepower needs and get all the attachments you require for the fall in one convenient package, including a loader, disc, and spreader starting at $315 a month. And as always, you get it all covered by our 10-year warranty. With 0% financing for 60 months, it's a deal that is sure to help you get your food plots ready for the season. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires 10/31/19.
Well, 4 quarters isn't enough to decide this one. Bay Springs and Scott Central as we head to overtime. Thankfully, we have officials in the press box with us and just clarified. For those that don't know how overtime works in high school football in the MHSAA, it works just like college. College, you get the ball at the 25. In high school, you get the ball to start at the 10. First defense, stop the other offense. For example, if Scott Central were to kick a field goal, and the Bay Springs scores a touchdown on their first, they win. So that's pretty much how it works. And did not see who's going to get the football first. I don't know if you caught that.
I wasn't real sure of the clarification here.
We're going to find out here in a second. Overtime. Yeah, our second overtime game of the season, Logan reminds me. So our first overtime, is there a way to put OT number 1 on there, maybe? Just a little production on the fly here, folks. There you go. How about that? I wonder if we've got the only overtime game tonight across the state. Maybe?
Possibly.
It's possible. Only overtime playoff game, possibly, too. Well, here we go. Let's see who's going to get the football first. Chris, it looks like maybe...
I believe Scott Central does.
Yeah, it kind of looks that way. Then again, it kind of looks like the offense for Bay Springs is making their way out onto the field as well. Nope, it's going to be Scott Central. You're right. Scott Central offense will get it first. So overtime number 1. Both teams get a chance to possess the football. So let's see how this one turns out. What a game. Second overtime game of the season for us. As Scott Central gets it first. Washer quarterback. Bay Springs making some changes defensively. As Wash going to have an empty backfield here in the shotgun formation. Now sends Patrick in motion from the far side to the near side. Takes a little pop pass. Searching for the corner. Patrick in the end zone. Touchdown, Scott Central. First play of overtime. And the Rebels score on the heels of LaJavius Patrick.
Yeah, we talked about him earlier. Patrick's just quick when he gets up. And look at the cutback there. He's just hard to stop. You got to wrap him up.
Statistically, that counts as a pass, so it will be his 5th receiving touchdown of the season, which leads the team in that category. Now attempting the extra point is Austin Doty. Out of the Wash hold, the snap is back, the kick is down, and the kick is off the left upright. No good. So 12-6 remains our score. Can we get a replay on the doink there, right off the left upright? Okay. All right, so here's a replay of the touchdown by Patrick moments ago. 12-6 our score, and here's the extra point here in just a moment on the KDMC replay. Right off the left upright.
Yeah, he got this one up off the ground, but
Boink.
just too far to the left.
I made Logan laugh. Boink. You just never know what you're going to see. You just really don't. So Bay Springs, they have to score here, at least a touchdown to send it to a second overtime. They can get a touchdown and an extra point and win it here. Cole going to turn and hand to Wilson left side. Wilson looking for blockers. Not much doing. As he'll be stopped right at the 10, maybe the 9. They're going to say, nope, no gain off the left side. Second down.
Yeah, Scott Central did a real good job at reading that and shifted to that side of the line. And just gave Wilson nowhere to go.
Logan reminded me, our friend Brandon Shields called this a 13-12 ball game. He did.
I'm not surprised.
We're close. Somewhere Brandon Shields is smiling. We're pretty close to it right now. It's Cole in the shotgun. Going to send Ruffin in motion. Nope, he's back to pass. Cole in trouble. Throws towards the end zone. It's behind the receiver. And incomplete. It was almost pulled in there. Looks like by Ruffin. As the pass was behind him here, Chris. He had Ruffin open, but the pass was behind him. Incomplete. Third down and goal.
Yeah, this was almost a beautiful play. Like you said, a little too far behind him. Of course, he had a defender in his face when he threw the ball.
Bay Springs has asked for, and they receive, a timeout. So they want to talk about it here. Obviously, 2 downs to get it. I'll tell you what, we'll keep it here. Reset for everybody. So just to kind of recap for everybody, 12-6. Scott Central scores the opening snap of overtime, 12-6. Bay Springs an opportunity to possess the football and tie it up or win it here. So how we got here, we were 6-6. At the end of regulation, Bay Springs, their only score coming on a defensive fumble recovery for a touchdown right before halftime. Scott Central before that had blocked a punt, taken over in plus territory, in Bay Springs territory. Wells over the top for the touchdown. And that's where we stood at the end of regulation. Now we're at 12-6. Scott Central misses the extra point after the touchdown moments ago. And Bay Springs down to their final 2 downs, possibly of the 2019 season. Cole, pop pass. Ruffin going left. Ruffin trying to get to the end zone. He's going to be short. As Ruffin looks like he got close to about the 5, maybe the 4, as we look at the KDMC replay.
Yeah, somebody's got to get a handful of jersey and got to pull him back.
They pulled him backwards, didn't they? Wow, they only give him the 7, so this is it. This is your ball game. Can the champs come back with the knockout punch and survive? Or will it be Bay Springs coming up with the upset? They got to get a touchdown here to have that opportunity. 4th and goal from the 7. Cole back to pass. Pressure in his face. Now goes to his left. Cole trying to get to the end zone. He's going to be popped short. He's short. Cole is short. The official says he's short. Right at the 1-yard line. And was tackled and popped right at the 1. And that's how this one comes to an end. The officials are meeting. They say no reason to confer. This one is done. 12-6, the champs survive.
Wow. Yeah, that was a great job by Cole to get around that outside, to get into that position to begin with. And he just got stood up right about the 2-foot mark.
Goodness gracious. Can we see that again, Logan? The final play, Cole on a 4th and goal, needing the touchdown to tie it up or possibly win the game. And Cole on the quarterback keeper takes off around left side and gets absolutely drilled. I want to say that's Wells. Nope, that's actually Javargus Macbeth that made the game-saving tackle. Wow. 12-6. Scott Central survives.
Wow.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Game
What a ball game.
Did not disappoint. And there was a lot more. When you look at the score, you think, oh, it must have been nothing. But it's actually a lot of offense both ways. Just neither team could really put it away when they got on the other side of the field.
Fantastic ball game. The champs will survive. And tell you what, we'll come back and tell you who they're going to play. At least we know the bracket that they face. We'll put it that way. We know what bracket they're going to face. 12-6, Scott Central with the win. We'll take a break. Final post-game break of 2 minutes. Come back and wrap this thing up on the Spirit Media Network.
You often hear about Mississippi's best-kept secrets. If you're looking for the perfect place for your next weekend getaway or the just right setting for your wedding reception, look no further than the best-kept secret in Mississippi, the Cart Barn Inn. The Cart Barn Inn is tucked away in Bruce, Mississippi, less than 30 minutes from Oxford, and is a full-service bed and breakfast. Each room at the Cart Barn Inn is fully furnished, including flat-screen TVs, microwaves, refrigerators, wireless internet, comfortable seating areas, and docking stations for your smartphones just in case you forgot your charger. Enjoy breakfast in the morning or a nice evening walk in our privately fenced-in courtyard. Enjoy the game outside on our patio area or take a walk on our boardwalk to our private gazebo. Kay Tyler and her staff will meet every expectation during your stay. Call and book your reservation today at 662-983-7829 or log on to cartbarninn.com. Cart Barn Inn, the best-kept secret in Mississippi. The Mississippi National Credentialing Initiative, or MNCE, is a collaboration between the Mississippi Community College Board and the 15 Mississippi Community Colleges. The MNCE provides opportunities for students enrolled in credited career and technical education programs to receive national certifications. The premise of the MNCE is to connect education and industry for an improved Mississippi workforce. Students with national certifications often earn more than their counterparts without a certification. Visit mccb.edu for more information regarding the MNCE and career and technical education programs that lead to national certifications.
Smile is one of the first things most people notice. And for over a decade, Germany Dental has helped change smiles for thousands of people across Mississippi.
I was so embarrassed about my teeth that I never smiled. But now that I have dental implants and cosmetic veneers from Germany Dental, I can't stop smiling. My decision to see Dr. Germany literally changed my life.
Germany Dental, changing lives, one smile at a time. Call 601-825-4746 today.
The Mississippi National Credentialing Initiative, or MNCE, is a collaboration between the Mississippi Community College Board and the 15 Mississippi Community Colleges. The MNCE provides opportunities for students enrolled in credited career and technical education programs to receive national certifications. The premise of the MNCE is to connect education and industry for an improved Mississippi workforce. Students with national certifications often earn more than their counterparts without a certification. Visit mccb.edu for more information regarding the MNCE and career and technical education programs that lead to national certifications.